What's poppin'? Brand new whip just hopped in. Today we are going to be rebuilding the Minnesota Vikings, my favorite team, for 10 years with JJ McCarthy. I think the Vikings have a very talented roster. We upgraded at running back with Aaron Jones. Alexander Madison was honestly like torture to watch last year. It genuinely made me mad. I loved Kirk Cousins, genuinely loved him so much. Great dude, great quarterback. I do understand why we did not re-sign him though, because as a fan, I wanted him back for one more year so we could draft somebody like McCarthy and, let him learn from Kirk for a year before he leaves. But obviously Kirk wanted a long-term big money deal. And I'm glad we didn't give it to him, if I'm being honest, and I think he's going to have success in Atlanta. But nonetheless, I think the Vikings have a pretty decent roster. Harrison Smith went up to X Factor, Van Ginkel went up to Superstar in the Sim, and Jordan Addison actually got mentored by Justin Jefferson at the start of this video. But very talented offense. I think whatever quarterback we do take is going to have very good weapons around him. Aaron Jones, great receiving back, great running back. Jordan Addison, one of the better rookie receivers from last year. Justin Jefferson, the best receiver in the league. If you think it's Tyreek Hill, you're a casual. TJ Hawkinson, probably top 3, top 4 tight ends in the league. We have one of the best tackle duos in the league between Christian Darrisaw and Brian O'Neill. The interior line definitely needs some work, and the defense definitely needs some work, especially with the loss of Danielle Hunter. I like the addition of Blake Cashman and Andrew Van Ginkel. Jonathan Grenard, I think, is a pretty good addition too. We'll have to see how that pans out. I think the Vikings' biggest problem, though, is we really need to work on our secondary, and we just traded for an extra first-round pick that we're going to probably use to trade up into the high first round to take a quarterback, which is what we're going to be doing here. But I don't know. We need secondary. Our corners are not very good. Harrison Smith is getting old. We do have Louis Cine, who I think is going to be good once it's time for him to actually start slipping into this starting role. And Metellus plays all over the field. He's really great. But there are definitely some holes on this roster that we are going to have to fill, but we are going to have 10 years to do so. So the draft order is definitely going to be messed up. The only records I forced were our divisions. I did go ahead and trade for I think it was the 23rd overall pick. It's not the exact pick. And I also traded our second round next year to the Bills. We did trade it to the Texans, but they also ended up trading it to the Bills for Stephon Diggs. So we got to figure out which team has the 4th overall pick. It just depends on how the draft order is, actually. Because if whoever has the 1st overall pick doesn't need a quarterback, see, the Broncos are at 2, they're going to take quarterback. I feel like the most realistic thing would be to trade up to 4, and it's actually the Cardinals, who I believe have the 4th overall pick in real life, so that's perfect. I think in real life the Vikings have the 11th and the 24th, and maybe the 23rd. I'm not 100% sure. We have the 15th and 24th here, so let's see if that is enough to get up to number 4. All right, bam. I think the Vikings would have to give up a little bit more since they would be jumping up for a quarterback, and with Marvin Harrison still on the board at the Cardinals pick, it's pretty risky to trade down because then he's going to fall to the Chargers. But now it's time to hop into the draft where we're going to be taking JJ McCarthy. And then I don't think we have another pick until the 4th round. The draft order is fucked. Oh my God. So the Giants take Caleb Williams. Okay, interesting. So I'm guessing the Broncos will take Drake May. No, they go Jaden Daniels. I don't know who the Texans are going to take. Maybe Marvin Harrison? No, they take Dallas Turner. I guess they do have Diggs now. They wouldn't have much use for a receiver. So we really didn't need to trade all the way up to 4, but I wanted to keep it somewhat realistic, so that's what we did. We could go with Drake May. I've actually already done a Drake May Vikings rebuild on this channel, and I think JJ McCarthy is going to be the quarterback that the Vikings end up getting. Only 20 years old. He had a good pro day, had a good combine. I honestly wouldn't hate if the Vikings drafted JJ McCarthy. I personally would prefer Jaden Daniels. I'm a big Jaden Daniels fan, but also the way Jaden Daniels plays in college kind of scares me that he could, go through injuries in the NFL. I don't think it's going to, completely transfer over to the NFL, but I think JJ McCarthy has really high upside. So I kind of wouldn't hate the Vikings drafting him. So we're going to go ahead and draft him here. He only has normal dev. I think I am going, why is he black? I think I am going to give him star dev because I think although JJ McCarthy isn't the best quarterback in the draft, he definitely has upside, so I think him having normal dev, or giving him star dev is more than fair, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to go ahead and take Josh Newton here in the 4th round, 22 years old at TCU, good speed, good excel, A to C press, C-man, C-zone. He doesn't look great, but we could use some corner depth, so we're going to go ahead and take him, and that's going to be the last pick we make. We'll let the CPU do the rest. I'll see you guys at the draft recap. So JJ McCarthy is a 72 overall, Josh Newton's a 70 overall. The CPU actually took Jordan Birch, who's a 70 overall. We could probably find a pretty good spot for him in the lineup. We could start him on the D line, try to get him Defensive Rookie of the Year, which isn't likely, but it would be nice. I'm going to give JJ McCarthy star dev. I don't really know if this is cheating. I personally feel like it's fair. I still don't know why he's black, so I'm going to try to fix that too. Sure, this doesn't look that much like JJ McCarthy, but it's better than him being black. All right, and we gave him star dev. I believe that's more than fair. If you disagree, I don't really care that much. The playbooks we're going to be using to start off the video, we're probably going to end up testing out a few different ones depending on how it goes. We're going to try the Rams. Our scheme was a West Coast zone run. I really like the Rams offensive playbook. It normally does pretty good for me. And we're going to base 3-4. The Raiders is normally the best 3-4 playbook for me. The Steelers is pretty good. There's a few other good ones in there, but I like the Raiders the most. Because even if you have like a bad defense in stats, or I'm sorry, in points per game, yards allowed, your players will still put up pretty good stats. But it's officially time to get the rebuild started. We'll probably get to the midseason first, check on JJ McCarthy since it's his rookie year. I don't know how many times we'll stop at the midseason throughout the video, so it's not 2 hours long. We may just go year to year after that because we got 10 years ahead of us. And before we hop into the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more 10-year rebuilds. You guys loved the last one, so I'm doing it again. I'd like to do like a Jaden Daniels Patriots one maybe. We could do the Commanders with Drake May. That could be fun. I've also kind of thought about doing a 10-year fantasy draft rebuild. That would be a lot of fun. But you guys let me know what you guys would like to see. But make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Let's get to the midseason. And we are actually 4-2 at the midseason. We only have an 84 overall team, so that's a lot better than I expected. We have the 7th offense in points per game. We have the 13th offensive passing yards. Defense isn't doing very good, at least in points per game, but we have a pretty good passing defense and yard. But the big question is, how is JJ McCarthy doing? 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns, 3 picks, 73 completion percentage. This is actually a really good start out of him. Aaron Jones is doing pretty good as well, almost 500 yards, 4.6 per carry, and 6 touchdowns. Why is Trent Sherfield the leading receiver? He's probably in the slot. We'll make that Jordan Addison because I think realistically Justin Jefferson should get receiving yards anyways, and then we'll move Jordan Addison to the slot so that he's next up. But I don't know why the fuck Trent Sherfield's number 1. O-line's holding up pretty good. Brian O'Neill's only allowed 2 sacks so far. We've only allowed 6 sacks so far through 6 games, so that's actually really good. And Andrew Van Ginkel has 6.5 sacks. Normally, whenever I use him in this game, he's not very good. We also started Jordan Birch on the D-line. He already has 2 TFLs, 2.5 sacks. That's good to see out of him. Before we check our re-signings, I got to move Jordan Addison to the slot because I will forget. We have 20 players ready to negotiate here at the midseason. We have $107 million. We have to re-sign Justin Jefferson, and he's not even interested, so we're going to give him a 6-year, $233 million offer. He says it's tempting. He does not accept it. Honestly, if we're not able to re-sign him by the end of the year, we could always tag him. I think a franchise tag is going to be less expensive than what he's asking for, so we'll just have to find out. Aaron Jones will bring back. I don't really want him for 3 more years. We'll give him 2 years, $21 million. I'd just like more with this franchise. I guess he wants more years. He doesn't take it as of right now. Byron Murphy, 26 years old. He's pretty young corner. We could keep him around for a while. We'll give him 3 years, $19 million, and he does resign. Harrison Phillips is already 28. I like to bring him back for like a year or 2. Let's just give him 1 year, $11 million. I don't hate that, and he does take it because by the time a second year of the contract came around, he would regress and we'd be overpaying him. Cameron Bynum isn't interested, so if we didn't get him back, we could always start Louis Cine, so I wouldn't hate that. We'll give him this offer, though, and he does take it, so Louis Cine, maybe we'll start him at strong safety when we lose Harrison Smith, but we're not going to re-sign Sam Darnold. We don't need Trent Sherfield. We don't need Brandon Powell. It's looking like the rest of these guys aren't going to be too important, so we'll try to get Justin Jefferson back at the end of the year. Same with Aaron Jones. I'm hoping, honestly, I wouldn't hate Justin Jefferson declining us again because I wouldn't hate tagging him. It's probably going to be cheaper anyway. Dude, imagine I just traded Justin Jefferson and got like all the picks in the world. We're obviously not going to do that, at least not right now. But now it's time to get to the end of the season. We started off 4-2. That's actually not bad at all. Jordan Addison is in the slot now, so he should be getting more yards. I'll see you guys at the end of the year. Hopefully, we are in the playoffs. And we finished the year 8-9. We just barely missed the playoffs. The winner of our division went 9-8. We were just that close. We have the 15th offensive points per game with the 6th passing offense. Not a very good defense in points per game, but the 6th passing defense as well. But the 6th passing off, whoa, I have a lisp. The 6th passing offense means JJ McCarthy did pretty good. 4,100 yards, 25 touchdowns, 17 picks. Not nearly as good as he was at the midseason. Probably not going to win Rookie of the Year, but a pretty decent rookie year nonetheless. Aaron Jones with 1,200 yards, 4.5 per carry, and 12 touchdowns. A good year out of him. Jordan Addison, 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson, almost 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Trent Sherfield, for some reason, has 930 yards, 3 touchdowns. T.J. Hawkinson, 700 yards, 7 touchdowns. O-line was okay. Garrett Bradbury's pretty terrible. We'll probably replace him in the upcoming draft. 6 sacks from center is pretty awful, but I would say everybody else was pretty good. Ivan Pace leads the team in tackles with 126. 19 TFLs out of Jonathan Grenard. 16 out of Harrison Phillips. 8 out of Andrew Van Ginkel. 7 out of Ivan Pace. 11.5 sacks out of Andrew Van Ginkel. I don't know why he's so good in this game all of a sudden. 5.5 out of Jonathan Grenard. 3.5 out of Jordan Birch. Not the craziest rookie year. He had very similar numbers at the midseason. 2 picks out of Harrison Smith. 2 out of Shaquille Griffin. 2 out of Byron Murphy, 1 out of Ivan Pace, 1 out of Blake Cashman, 1 out of Mekhi Blackman, and 1 out of Cameron Bynum. MVP goes to Dak Prescott. We're probably going to see that a lot this video. Offensive Player of the Year in the NFC goes to CeeDee Lamb. We're just going to see Cowboys over and over again. I'm going to start losing my mind. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Shaq Thompson. Yeah, it didn't go to Micah Parsons somehow because he's like the one who wins it most consistently. Like Dak wins MVP a lot. A Cowboy wins Offensive Player of the Year a lot. But Micah Parsons genuinely wins Defensive Player of the Year every year. But no Vikings for any of those awards. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Rome Odunze, who fell to the Cardinals. We actually came in 3rd with J.J. McCarthy. Not bad. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Darius Robinson for the Giants. And we're actually nowhere up here. So not even close to winning any of the awards other than Offensive Rookie of the Year. Would have been nice to win it, but I think this was a good start. We had a rookie quarterback, and we still have more building to do, so I don't hate 8-9. Let's get into the next season. All right, and we get a repeat of the Super Bowl. It's the Chiefs and the Niners. The Chiefs win it again. Did Harrison Smith retire yet, though? No, Harrison Smith is going to be playing another year. Louis Cine, you're going to keep your ass on the bench, I guess. But yeah, we do still have to bring back Justin Jefferson and Aaron Jones. I tried giving Aaron Jones another offer, and he declined me again. Let's see if we can get Justin Jefferson on this deal. I kind of hope he declines us. 6 years, $237. And he does not decline us. He takes it. So we are paying him a lot of money, like $40 million a year. Aaron Jones, I just don't want you for 3 years. 2 years, 21. Is that enough for you? He wants to test out free agency. How much is a tag for him? $13 million. I think we could get him back in free agency. We're not going to pick up the 5th year for Cine. And it's actually everybody we're going to bring back here. So hopefully there's some big names in free agency that we could go for. We need to try to bring back Aaron Jones because I really like to have him back. I think the Vikings only signed him for a year. Let me check. Yeah, it was a 1 year, $7 million deal. So it is realistic that we had to re-sign him there. But let's see who's in free agency. I bet Aaron Jones is probably just the best player. So, yep, he sure is. Chase Young, though. Jonathan Grenard wasn't crazy for us. We can move him to linebacker. He's not interested, though, and that's going to cost a lot of money. We're already paying all of our money to Justin Jefferson. So let's just try to get back Aaron Jones on like a 2 year, $20 million deal. All right, and teams fucking want him so bad. I should have just given him this offer whenever I had the chance. Dude, I don't feel like paying Aaron Jones this much money. So I have to give a 29-year-old running back a 3-year deal just to get his top offers. This game actually is so frustrating. He's actually going to be the only player we go for. I'm really not interested in anybody else. Hopefully it doesn't go to the Bengals. Just please come back, Aaron Jones. Thank you. Sucks we had to pay him that much. We probably could have gotten for cheaper if we tried harder to re-sign him during the signing phase. So that sucks. We still have $63 million to spend, though, so dude, we're paying Justin Jefferson $40 million every year over 6 years. That's going to start to fucking suck. I literally should have just given him the same offer so he declined it and tagged him because it would have been so much cheaper. A tag probably would have been like $25, $30 million. But no, we're paying him $40 million a year. So in this year's draft, we pick at number 14. It has us taking a running back. I don't really know why I would do that. There were some players that we're very interested in. Oh, and this guy's a top 5 talent. I'm not going to trade up to 2. I did that in the last video, and it costs so much. This guy's a top 5 projection, not necessarily a top 5 talent. 22 out of Illinois. He's a speed rusher. We'd end up moving him to outside linebacker. Great speed, great excel. A, finesse moves. A, pursuit. B, power moves. B, play rec. A, awareness. I actually like this guy a lot. But they're also, I wouldn't hate getting like a 3-4D lineman. Chad Yankee, I kind of like this guy. Only 21 years old out of Florida. He has elite strength. B, power moves. B, block shedding. B, awareness. A to C, play rec. I don't know if this guy's projected to go in the first round or not. If not, we'll just trade back to the early second, and we'll take Chad Yankee, and then we can get more capital for the upcoming drafts in the future. You have to think hard in these 10-year rebuilds, or you're just going to fuck yourself over, I'm telling you. Damn, he is supposed to go in the first round, but he's not supposed to go until 9 picks after us. So maybe we just trade back with the Saints. They're taking a top 5 projection quarterback anyways. I'm sure they'd love to trade up a little bit. And then we'll take Chad Yankee with the 22nd overall pick, and then we could still probably get some more capital for the future because the Saints are going to be jumping up pretty high. So we're trading back 8 spots. We're also throwing in a 2026 5th-round pick, and we're going to get a 2nd-round pick for next year's draft. So we don't have many picks in this year's draft, but next year we'll have an extra second. I think that's going to be very useful to us, and we're going to be able to get the guy we want here, so I'm happy with it. Chad Yankee, you're only 21, you're 304 pounds, and you have elite strength. Please have hidden dev. Okay. Yeah, why would a 21-year-old with elite strength, have upside, Why would he? The more I think about it, why would he? I'm being sarcastic. It is kind of early to take Zach Berger, but we don't have many picks in this year's draft, and he has elite strength. He also has great excel, great speed. All of his physicals look really good. C to F run block power and B to D pass block power is not very good, but A run block finesse, A run block, A lead block, A to C pass block finesse, he actually looks really good, and he has elite strength. He is 23, he may have normal, but our center was dog shit, and I think this is going to be a good pick. And he has hidden dev, with 92 strength. So we may have reached a little bit, but I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. We may go with Wes Durant here. He's only 21 years old out of Alabama. Only decent strength, but good speed. B finesse moves is about his only good thing, but he also has B awareness, which makes me think he'll be a pretty good overall. He's definitely going to have normal, but B awareness, he's going to be a good overall. And who knows how long we're going to have Jonathan Grenard, so I like this pick. Okay, and he has hidden dev. I like that pick a lot. Jonathan Grenard wasn't great. We maybe even move on from him now that this guy is hidden. But we are going to go ahead and get to the draft recap. We'll let the CPU take over, and we're going to see how we did in this draft. Yeah, Chad Yankees is a 76 overall 21-year-old with elite strength and has normal dev. Zach Berger, though, had hidden dev, and for some reason, the 65 overall has hidden dev, and he's, I don't know. I would have much rather Chad Yankee had hidden and this guy not. But the CPU took Devontae Dunn, 73 overall 21-year-old running back, and he has hidden dev. So we have a future replacement for Aaron Jones. I like that a lot. We also got a 77 overall receiver in the 7th round with hidden dev. That is insane value by the CPU. I may as well just let them make every single draft pick. God, I can't believe we're paying Justin Jefferson so much money. Like, I cannot believe it. But I think we are going to be trading Garrett Bradbury. He was insanely bad for us this year, and I'd rather just start the rookie we got. So by giving up Bradbury and 2 4th-rounders, we're actually able to get the Broncos 2nd-round pick. So we're going to have 3 2nd-rounders in next year's draft. That does leave us with a pretty big hole at left guard, but we could start Limmer there maybe. I think that's probably going to be our best bet. Don't know much about you, Joe Limmer, or Bo Limmer. I don't know why I said Joe. You're also not black, but we're going to start you at left guard this year because you're not a 60 overall. So the O-line could look better, but I think Berger is going to end up being pretty good for us. We added to the receiving core. We added a backup running back. Both of those were by the CPU. And then we added a depth edge rusher, which I don't hate at all. We're going to start him at the backup as both, and hopefully by the time he's able to be a starter, he'll develop. We'll start Yankee at left end, I guess. Yeah, I don't know how much I like the defense. Grenard did go up to star, though, so I'm glad that the edge rusher we took isn't crazy because, you know, we're going to start him eventually, but not now. So, dude, I'm tweaking. Let's just get to the midseason of year number 2. I know I said we're not going to get to the midseason every year, but I'm curious to see how this team's going to be at the midseason, so we'll get there, and we'll check on how everybody's doing. And we are 3-3 at the midseason. I say that's about fair. Offense and defense are both not doing great. Defense is actually doing pretty good. It's the offense that is the problem. If it stays this bad, we'll probably end up switching playbooks. I also forgot to... Some random's going to be our leader. Actually, it may be our rookie. If our rookie's in the slot, I'll actually be fine with that. Okay, you know what? It is our rookie. That's okay. JJ McCarthy, only 1,100 yards for the year, 12 touchdowns, 5 picks, 72 completion percentage. Not a terrible start to the season, honestly. Aaron Jones is still doing pretty good, 4.1 per carry, 4 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson's actually the leading receiver this time. That's good to see. 376 yards and 6 touchdowns. O-line's holding up pretty good, honestly. What's this, like 8 sacks so far through 6 games? Can't complain about that. And Van Ginkel already with 3 sacks on the year. Harrison Phillips was 2. Jordan Birch. Where's our rookie? Chad Yankee, 3 TFLs, a sack. Not too bad. But who do we have to re-sign this midseason? 22 players ready to negotiate. We have $135 million. Yeah, we have to bring back Christian Darrisaw, Ivan Pace, Andrew Van Ginkel, Blake Cashman, Jonathan Grenard, Louis Cine, Harrison Phillips, Josh Metellus, Andrew Booth. A lot of names here. You know we want to bring back Christian Darrisaw. He's only 26 years old. He's not very interested, so we'll give him... I'll even give him 4 years. Give him a little bit more money. 4 years, $102 million. And he does re-sign. That is a pretty big contract, but we have a lot of money. Ivan Pace also is not interested. We'll go player friendly. We'll give him 4 years, $36 million, and he also re-signs. Andrew Van Ginkel isn't very interested. He is already 30 years old. I don't really feel like paying him this much for 2 years. He's not going to accept this, but I'll offer him 1 year, 14.3. I didn't even see what he said. He definitely declined it, though. Blake Cashman, I'd be okay with not re-signing. He's already 29, and I don't feel like paying him that much money. Jonathan Grenard will wait till the end of the year. He's also not interested. Louis Cine isn't even a starter right now, and he's also not interested. Harrison Phillips is 29. We'll wait till the end of the year. We're probably going to hold off till the end of the year for all of these guys, including Harrison Smith, because he'll probably regress some more. And we'll have the 5th year for Jordan Addison at the end of the year. But let's go ahead and get to the end of the year. Let's see how the team finishes off. Hopefully, we're not 1 game away from the playoffs this time. Hopefully, we're actually in it. And we finished this year 7-10. The offense was not very good. We were actually 30th in rush yards per game, but at least the passing offense was okay. Defense was actually pretty bad. Our defense is only like an 83 overall. I know it says 86 right there. It's a glitch. It just puts the overall of the team right there. But I don't even think it's a playbook, but we probably will switch the offensive playbook next year. Let's go ahead and see how everybody did. JJ McCarthy, 3,900 yards, 33 touchdowns, 15 picks, 72 completion percentage. I actually like this out of him. I'd like to see him lower the interceptions, but not a bad year. Aaron Jones is still doing good, 1,100 yards, 4.4 per carry, 10 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson, 1,100 yards, 14 touchdowns. And Tim McCullers may have won Offensive Rookie of the Year with 1,100 yards and 6 touchdowns. Jordan Addison, 750 yards, 2 touchdowns. TJ Hawkinson, only 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. I'd like to see him get those numbers up. And O-line was not very good in the second half of the year. 18 sacks alone allowed out of both of our tackles. Bo Limmer was pretty good in his first year as a starter. Zach Berger was good as a rookie. And Ed Ingram was actually perfect, didn't allow a single sack. Blake Cashman led the team in tackles with 129. 17 TFLs out of Harrison Phillips, 12 out of Jonathan Grenard, 9 out of Andrew Van Ginkel. 8 sacks out of Andrew Van Ginkel, 6 out of Jonathan Grenard, 6 out of Chad Yankee, 3.5 out of Harrison Phillips. 1 pick out of Blake Cashman, Ivan Pace, Cameron Bynum, and Byron Murphy. I think we just need to focus on this defense in the draft. MVP goes to Lamar Jackson. JJ McCarthy's nowhere up here. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Christian McCaffrey. We came in 7th with Justin Jefferson. Did we win Offensive Rookie of the Year? Oh shit, this is Defensive Player of the Year. It goes to Micah Parsons. I told you guys, expect to see that a lot. But did we win Offensive Rookie of the Year? No, it goes to James Tucker. We came in 2nd with Tim McCullers. It's actually unfortunate, but he had a good enough year that I think he might get a dev up anyway. We also came in 8th with Devontae Dunn. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Juan Buchanan, I believe that's how you say that, to the 49ers. We came in 7th with Chad Yankee. We got a lot of draft picks to address the defense in the upcoming draft, so hopefully we can, I don't know, we need more sacks. We probably won't re-sign Andrew Van Ginkel. He's getting older. I don't see much point in doing so, and hopefully we can replace him in the draft. I think we could add more to the D-line. I think we could add more to our corner group. We're just going to have to see what's available to us in free agency and the draft. I would have traded Van Ginkel at the midseason, but I thought we were going to be better than 7-10. But looking back, I probably should have done so. And the Chiefs and the Niners in the Super Bowl again. The Niners win this one. I wonder if we're going to have a different Super Bowl all video. But I'm thinking Harrison Smith may have retired. No, Harrison Smith is going to play another season. All right. I've been forgetting to check the dev traits recently, so before we hop into these re-signings here, I do want to take a look at the lineup. And McCullers, unfortunately, did not get a dev up like I expected him to, but Berger actually has Superstar, so that's super fortunate. Dunn also has Superstar, so when we lose Aaron Jones, we'll have a good replacement for him. We have a great receiving core for J.J. McCarthy. I think we could add more to the O-line, although Limmer and Ingram were both really good. It was our tackles that were the problem, so we could probably keep it how it is as of right now. And I don't believe we got any dev ups on defense, but I didn't really expect it. Nobody really had that good of a year on defense. But we still have some players to bring back. I think we have the 5th year for Jordan Addison. He wants $23 million. Normally I wouldn't pick this up, but he's not interested, and he's already up to a 90 overall. So we actually are going to go ahead and pick that up. We'll let Andrew Van Ginkel go. Jonathan Grenard wasn't even good, and he's not interested. We're going to let him go. We're officially rebuilding this team because we're also going to let Blake Cashman go. We could bring back Louis Cine. He could almost play some sub linebacker for us, and this is going to be cheap. So we'll try to bring him back. We'll give him 3 years, $11 million, and he is happy to resign. Harrison Phillips, we may bring back in free agency. I wouldn't hate not bringing him back, though. Josh Metellus, I think we're also going to let go. He's only normal dev. We'll probably bring back Harrison Smith because this is going to be pretty cheap. 1 year, $8 million for an 84 overall X Factor. I will take it. That's going to be everybody we bring back. So we're going to lose a lot of players, but we're going to have a lot of money going into free agency. So if there's some young players at the positions we need, we could add a lot here. This overall is about to shoot down, though. We're losing both of our edge rushers, just a lot of defensive players overall. So expect this overall of the team to go down. Yeah, we're now down to an 82 overall team. But in free agency, we're going to look to maybe add a guard. I wouldn't hate not adding a guard, though. Like I said, our guards were pretty good for us. We do kind of need a backup tight end, but we could always just draft one of those in the super late rounds and find a good one with hidden dev. JJ McCarthy's also up to an 81 overall, so that's good to see. We need another middle linebacker to help out Ivan Pace. We actually did draft Durand, so we could even start him this year at edge rusher and only sign 1 or draft 1. We need to add to the D-line. We could probably get a better safety. We could honestly start Cine over Bynum, or we could just play Cine at sub linebacker. We'll have to figure out which of those we want to do. But let's take a look at free agency and see if we can find anybody good. Ronnie Stanley, no. CJ Gardner-Johnson is interesting, but I don't feel like paying a 28-year-old $16 million when we still have, what was that, the second year? We still have 8 years to go. There's just nobody really. Ooh, I want Daxton Hill. So all we're going to be going for in free agency, no big names, but we are going to go for Daxton Hill, or I guess it's kind of a big name. We are his top offer. We're going to go for Nakobe Dean as well. We need a middle linebacker. We need a safety. I think these are good picks. We technically don't need a safety that bad, but I think Daxton Hill is going to be a great addition. So we'll go ahead and send these offers through. Neither of them are interested, but we're the top offer for both. They both sign, and we get both of them. So those are good additions to this defense. It's going to make it easier to address the positions we need in the draft. And with us having 3 second-rounders, it's going to be interesting to see if we want to trade up for maybe an edge rusher, maybe a D lineman. I honestly would be willing to even trade Cameron Bynum. I don't think we have much use for him anymore, especially with the addition of Daxton Hill. I wonder what we could get out of Cameron Bynum. He is already 28 years old and he's an only normal dev, but I bet we could get like a 3rd or 4th rounder out of him. And yeah, we turned Cameron Bynum into a 3rd round pick. Don't think he'd be near worth that much in real life, but hey, more draft capital, and we scammed the Panthers. So it has Ivan Pace over here at left outside linebacker. He's obviously going to be playing off-ball linebacker. So we definitely need to address this D-line. We definitely need at least one edge rusher. We kind of need two, but I wouldn't hate starting Duran. He has star dev, but I want to draft a corner, a D lineman, and an edge rusher, and we have the picks to do so. Ooh, this guy's projected to go early, but Roderick Borum is only 21 years old. Great strength, great speed, only solid excel, but B-man, B-press, and B-zone, C play rec, A hit power, A catching. He looks really good. There are other corners, though, down the board. Like Trayvon Mann. He's only projected to go one pick above us. But also, I don't hate Nicholas Tyson, who's projected to fall to us. He's only 21 years old. He has great strength as a power rusher. A power moves, A play rec, B hit power, B block shedding. You know what? I might just keep our pick where it is and take Nicholas Tyson. Yeah, I think we are going to go with Nicholas Tyson. He looks too good to pass up on. A power moves, A play rec is really what's calling me. B block shedding as well. A to C awareness. If that could be an A or B, this guy's going to be a good overall. And him only being 21 years old, I think he's going to have hidden dev. So Nicholas Tyson, welcome to the Vikings. Hidden dev, 86 excel, 80 strength, 84 speed. He looks pretty good. I'm happy with that pick. There's still a pretty good D tackle left on the board. He's also 21 years old, 314 pounds out of Texas. Great strength, great speed, great excel. B to D block shedding is scary, but B awareness, play rec, power moves, and finesse moves at only 21 years old. I like this guy a lot. I think we're going to go with Jeff Fulger here in the second round. Welcome to the Vikings. Damn, dude, why do I keep getting all these normal dev D linemen? If I can just get one hidden dev D lineman, like, we would be so set. See, I want a corner, but all the corners that are left look kind of bad. All right, it's the next day. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I know we are about to start year 3, and I know we were looking at which corner we wanted to take, I believe. I don't even remember what we took in the first round, which is unfortunate because I really like this D tackle. Only 22 years old at a USC. Great strength, great agility, great excel. A power moves, B finesse moves. Only C to F block shedding though, so I think he'd be a better like D end than a D tackle. But I like literally completely forgot what we picked. I feel like we may have taken a D tackle because I think that I thought he was going to be hidden and he wasn't. That would be my guess as to what happened. But regardless, we could use a lot on the D line. So I'm definitely between Morgan Green or the D tackle we were just looking at. Morgan Green's only 21 years old out of Oregon State. Great strength, good excel. B-zone coverage is about his only good, like, attribute, though. I'm honestly not a big fan of any of these corners. Honestly, we're going to go with another D tackle because I'm pretty sure that's what we took in the first round. But Terrell Morant, great strength. Is this the guy we were looking at? A power? Yeah, this is him. He does have C to F block shedding, but I think he'll be a pretty good, like, D end in 3-4. So we're going to go ahead and pick him up, and I think he may have hidden, which he does. 93 strength, 84 excel. And Morgan Green is still here. He's not too crazy, but if he has hidden dev, he'd be a really good addition to this team. B-zone coverage, B to D awareness, that could be a B or a C. I think he'll be like at least a 70 overall, so we're going to go ahead and pick him up. And he has hidden dev. That was one of the only reasons I was taking him. I was banking on him having a dev trait, which he does, 90 speed, 91 excel. Doesn't look like he's going to be a very high overall, but I will take a hidden dev corner any day of the week. Then we're going to try to get a guard here in the next round. Aaron Robertson is only 21 years old out of Bama, and he has elite strength. A impact blocking, A lead block, B pass block finesse. Not the best run blocker, which is not really what you like to see out of a guard, but he's only 21, he has elite strength. I think this is going to be a good pick for us. Another hidden dev with 92 strength. Then we have another pick in the third round here. I kind of want to go with Monte Bassi. I know we needed an edge rusher. I don't know if we took one. 6'2", 22 years old. Elite speed, only decent excel, but B finesse moves, B pursuit, only C awareness. This guy's probably not going to be too good, but I'm willing to take a chance on him because of our needs at edge rusher, so we're going to go ahead and pick him. Only normal dev, but hopefully he's a decent enough overall that we can play him. And that's going to be the last pick we make here. Our next pick is not until the 6th round. The CPU can have it. We'll go ahead and get to the draft recap. And no, our first round pick was actually an edge rusher. Did he end up having hidden? He did. Okay, perfect. I think I may have made this pick as well. I think Jeff Fulcher had normal. Yes, okay. Jeff Fulcher did have normal, but that's why we took Terrell Morant. We're going to move him to D end. And I believe he stays the same overall at D end, so that's perfect. We got a new hidden dev corner. We got a new hidden dev guard. The rest of the picks were by the CPU. Actually, no, we did take Monte Bassi. Doesn't look very good, but we don't have much use for him anyway. And the best player in the class was an 81 overall running back in the second round. There's an 80 overall right tackle, an 80 overall free safety, an 80 overall right guard. I'm glad we had all those picks that year because we were able to fill up this roster pretty nicely. I can't remember if we needed a safety or not, so hopefully we didn't. So this is how the offense is going to look going into year number 3. We beefed up the O-line a little bit more. That's about the only addition on offense. And then on defense, we have a new Hidden dev edge rusher Durand is also going to start at edge this year. Forgot we got Daxton Hill, so we did not need a safety. And I want to move Green up in the depth chart a little bit. We'll probably play him out of slot corner. I want him to get as many reps as possible. Morant's going to be on the D-line. We move Birch to D-tackle, and we're still going to have Yankee as our other D-lineman. We need to sign a kicker and punter. We are officially ready to hop into year 3. I got us a kicker and a punter. If we make any changes or any big re-signings at the midseason, I will make sure to show you guys. But other than that, I'll probably see you guys at the end of the year. Hopefully, we're in the playoffs. We're going to rock with the same playbooks for now. We'll see how it goes. We may have to change them next year or at the midseason, but see you guys at the end of the year. And we finish year 3 9-8, and we actually get ourselves a playoff spot. Every team in our division, every team in our division had a winning record. We finished with the 17th offensive points per game and the 20th defense. We made it to change the offensive playbook because I think our offense is better than that. But I think the defensive playbook, I think our defense is just doing bad because we only have an 81 overall defense. But let's go ahead and see how everybody did on the year. JJ McCarthy had a really good year, 3,900 yards, 32 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions with a 73 completion percentage. Aaron Jones wasn't too crazy. We're probably going to have to replace him pretty soon, maybe start Devontae Dunn here pretty soon. 1,000 yards, 3.9 per carry, 9 touchdowns. Tim McCollins with a crazy year, 1,300 yards, 8 touchdowns. Maybe he can go up to superstar for this. 900 yards out of Justin Jefferson, 7 touchdowns. 780 out of Jordan Addison, 4 touchdowns. TJ Hawkinson, 560 yards, 7 touchdowns. O-line wasn't crazy. Bo Limmer wasn't very great this year. I wouldn't hate replacing him. Christian Darrisaw wasn't bad. Brian O'Neill was really good. Zach Berger was pretty good. So was Aaron Robertson as a rookie. Ivan Pace with 141 tackles. He leads our team. 16 TFLs out of Chad Yankee, 12 out of Durand, 10 out of Morant, and 9 out of Nicholas Tyson. 4.5 sacks out of Yankee, 4 out of Durand, 4 out of Tyson, and 3 out of Morant. This defense is just not very good. 2 picks out of Ivan Pace, 2 out of Harrison Smith, 2 out of Morgan Green, 1 out of Byron Murphy, Jay Ward, and Daxton Hill. MVP goes to Lamar Jackson. Get ready to see that a lot this video. But JJ McCarthy is officially up for MVP. He comes in 10th place. Offensive Player of the Year goes to CeeDee Lamb. Whatever. No Vikings. Defensive Player of the Year, of course, goes to Michael Parsons. No Vikings. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Kenny Rose for the Giants. No Vikings. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Chris Linton. It goes to somebody in our division. No shock there. 4th goes to Nicholas Tyson. 5th goes to Morgan Green. We also came in 7th with Terrell Morant. A lot of defensive rookies. None of them really performed how I would have liked them to. But we're taking on the Cowboys in the wild card. They're an 88 overall, and they're the Cowboys are like the most broken team in this game. We have a one last hurrah. I believe that's going to be for Harrison Smith, but I'm pretty sure if you don't click on it, they're less likely to retire. We will click on the weak link scenario. Slow down the run, slow down the pass, great pressure, force turnover. Let's just go slow down the run, I guess. But yeah, let's send past the wild card here. We're probably going to lose, but let's just see what happens, and let's get to the divisional. And we actually just beat the Cowboys 31-21. They had an 88 overall team. JJ McCarthy had a really good game, 23 of 25, 278 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. He probably almost had a perfect pass rating, and Harrison Smith with 8 tackles and an interception. We're taking on the Niners in the divisional. I didn't think we were going to beat the Cowboys, so maybe we have a chance, but I really don't think we're going to beat the Niners. They're the 5th best offense in the league in points per game and the number 1 defense. They're 90 overall. If we won this game, I would have some questions about Madden, but let's just go ahead and sim to the NFC Championship. Let's see if we can win. And we do. Here's how this is going to go, right? We're an 84 overall now. We're going to be winning. And then once we actually build a team to like a 90 overall or something, we're not going to be able to win games. But we're taking on the Green Bay Packers in the NFC Championship. JJ McCarthy with another crazy game, 27 of 31, 346 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. That is insane. But the Packers are the 9th best offense in the league, 18th defense in points per game. They have an 86 overall team. They're not much better than us, but hey, we beat 2 teams that were way better than us. So I feel like if we were able to beat them, we should be able to beat the Packers. But again, I don't think we deserve to beat them. Let's go with chess match for this scenario. But yeah, let's just go ahead and send to the Super Bowl. Who knows, maybe we have a chance to beat the Packers. But I'm assuming this is where our run ends. And JJ McCarthy has brought the Vikings to a Super Bowl in year number 3. I know that looks so dumb. Like we shouldn't have beat all those teams. But I will go ahead and make sure I show you guys that none of these were force wins. You can see right here, it all says none. I don't know how. This game's just terrible. I really don't know what to say. We're taking on the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Before we hop in, we're going to take a look at the lineup, see if anybody got a dev up. Hopefully JJ McCarthy did. He's been on a tear. No, he unfortunately does stay at star. It looks like there's no dev ups on offense. I believe Berger already had a superstar. But on defense, Ivan Pace, I don't believe he was superstar yet. I could be wrong. But I think that's also our only other dev up. Unfortunate, but I'm not going to complain. We're in the Super Bowl when we really don't deserve to be. But we're taking on the Chiefs. I think it just said they went 16-1. Yeah, they did. They have a 91 overall team. So realistically, we should definitely lose this game, but we should have lost the first 3. So let's just hop in, see what happens. My guess of the score is going to be like 49-14. Like they're going to blow us out. Should I hop in and play a drive? Yeah, let's do it. I believe it is on all Madden. So, hey, but he's been on a tear in these playoffs. He's been going crazy every single playoff game. Let's just give the ball to Aaron Jones here real quick, see what he can do. Ugh. We find ourselves in a 3rd and 7 situation here. We gotta find something. We got Jefferson in the slot, so I wouldn't hate. I guess not in the slot, but Hawkinson's out wide. That's interesting. Maybe if we get him one-on-one, I'll throw it to him, but let's just see if anybody can get open. Jefferson looks open. Can you make that catch, Jefferson? Thank you. If you would have gotten that ball knocked out there, I actually would have been frustrated because Justin Jefferson would catch that 10 times out of 10. Best receiver in the league right there. Honestly, let's just give him a little jet sweep. I wonder if we double team this guy, if it'll do anything. Nope, it literally did the opposite of a double team. They just let him go. I know in real life, I'm pretty sure like you're not supposed to block the outside guy on a jet sweep, but you know, it's Madden. All right, this is an interesting formation. We actually have Jefferson in the backfield here. I don't mind just sending him out quick, maybe hitting him in the flat. No, he doesn't look there. Can I hit Hawkinson? No, that might be a pick. Dude, shit. Why am I playing like this? Why am I so bad? I wonder if I hit a draw here, if I could get into field goal range. Maybe not pick up the first, but also they do have Jefferson one-on-one on the left side. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Come on, Jefferson. Go up. Dude, let's fucking go. Oh, my God. Let's fucking go. Dude, that was so fucking sick. All right, let's run the ball here. You just can't leave Jefferson one-on-one. It's that simple. I think we're going to take this to the left side if it lets me flip it. I know it looks interesting, but I think it's going to work. Yep, look at those blocks, baby. Aaron Jones, you're so bad. Actually, whoever's blocking that guy, you're so bad. We're on a little bench pivot. I think that McCullers could get open here. If not, Addison could get open pretty soon. Let's see. I'm looking at Addison first. He doesn't look there. Run McCarthy. I'm throwing it away. Damn, 3rd and goal. When I play Madden, dude, whenever I'm like in the red zone, I'm just so bad. Like I can't do anything. I probably shouldn't have ran 5 wide here, but we'll send Jefferson on a quick little flat route. Maybe he can get open early. Looks like he did. And that's a touchdown. Hit the fucking gritty. I said right foot creep. Ooh, walking with that eater. Look around, stay low, make sure they don't see it. All right, the rest will be up to the CPU. The Chiefs get down pretty early and match our touchdown to tie up the game. Looks like we're actually getting down the field again, though. We get another touchdown to take a 7-point lead. And we get a stop on defense. That's huge. And the offense gets down the field again to score another touchdown. Goes up by 2 touchdowns. And we get another stop on defense and another touchdown. We are up by 18 points going into the half. The Chiefs get the ball and score a touchdown early to cut it to 11. But we get down the field pretty easily again. Make it 35-17. This is a freaking offensive game. 35-24. The Chiefs finally get a stop, but we get a stop on defense as well. And we score again. It's 38-24. But the Chiefs do make it 31-38, and they get the ball back. But it's too little too late. The Vikings have won a Super Bowl with J.J. McCarthy in year number 3. With that being said, go ahead and leave in the comments right now how many Super Bowls you think we're going to win this video. The 9-8 Minnesota Vikings are your Super Bowl champions in 2026. Did J.J. McCarthy win Super Bowl MVP? He sure did. That is sick. So at the midseason, I did re-sign Brian O'Neill. I don't know what other re-signings. I don't think I brought anybody else back, if I'm being honest. I bet Harrison Smith retired now. We won the Super Bowl. I would want him to retire. It's time to move on. I didn't even check. I can't even check who retired anymore, but let's just see what players we have ready to re-sign. I guess we can just check if Harrison Smith is here. No, Harrison Smith did not retire. He wants to keep playing. Should we bring him back? I don't know. We have the 5th year for J.J. McCarthy. He's only an 83 overall. He'll probably ask for about $45 million a year, and he's not interested. For whatever reason, we just won a Super Bowl, but I'll just go ahead and pick it up. Mekhi Blackman, we don't really have the corners to let him go, so we'll bring him back for 1 more year, $4.5 million. We'll let go of Jay Ward. We're going to let go of the rest of these guys, and then we'll bring back Harrison Smith, I think, if he takes like a cheaper deal, 1 year, $5.8 million, and he does take it. And I re-signed our punter already. I'll try to bring back Cameron Dicker as well, 2 years, $9.8 million. There we go. But we still have a lot of money to work with in free agency here. I think we have like 80 million, 70 million. That's, dude, if we could add some pieces to this defense, just imagine. Let's see who is in free agency. Tyreek Hill, we don't need you. We could use Zach Martin, but 22 million for 1 year out of a 36-year-old guard. Don't really feel like doing that. We don't need Ronnie Stanley. We don't need, or we could use Elton Jenkins, but 20 million a year again. Don't feel like doing that. There's really just nobody. Like, this is starting to get frustrating. There's just nobody. Christian Barmore wouldn't be bad. Dude, I honestly don't know if we're going to go for anybody. What if we got Ikem Ekwonu and moved him to guard? I wouldn't hate that. He's not like insanely big. I think he could play guard. Let's give him this offer and see where that puts us. We're tied for the top offer. We may as well leave it there. I don't know if I'm going to go for any of the rest of these guys. I just don't really know. It's just all older players and like O-linemen. I kind of want to go for Christian Barmore. I think he'd be a good addition. We may as well try to add to this defense a little bit. So we'll go for Christian Barmore. We'll go for Ikem Ekwonu. I don't know if we'll get either of them. Let's go ahead and send these through. Let's see if we get them. And no, we did not get either of them. That's unfortunate. Yeah, let's just get to the draft, I guess. So going into the draft, honestly, maybe we could use a better guard, but we can always get one of those in the later rounds. Limmer wasn't great. I think we could get a backup tight end. I think I've been saying that for a while, and I keep forgetting. But we don't really need to touch the offense. We already have a replacement for Aaron Jones now that he's regressing. Duran did go up to 73 overall. Tyson's up to an 80. I think it's just going to be the same thing as every other year. We just got to add to the D-line and add to corner. Okay, I actually really want this guy. Andrew Potts, 21 years old out of Auburn. Elite speed, elite excel. A man, B press, B zone, B tackle, A awareness, A to B block shed, A catching, A hit power, and he's 6'3". He is projected to go at number 10, but like that's really who I want. I would be willing to trade up for him. We may have to give up a lot because we do obviously have the last overall pick in the draft, but we got a lot of young players last year. I don't know. Let's see how much it would take to get up to number 10. All right. We're trading up to number 10. We had to give up a first next year, a third in 2029, and we also had to give up a 6th round for this year. So we didn't have to give up too much. We won't have a first round pick next year, but that's okay. And now we should be able to get that corner, assuming that the mock draft wasn't lying like it does a lot. The Bucks go with a D end. The Patriots go with a tackle. The Rams go with a tackle. The Steelers go with a tackle. The Broncos go with a linebacker. The Seahawks go with a guard. The Panthers go with a linebacker. Come on, just don't take them Commanders or Browns. Running back to the Commanders, and the Browns take a wide receiver. So we are going to get the corner here at pick number 10. Andrew Potts, welcome to the Vikings. Hidden Dev, 95 speed, 95 excel at 6'3", only 21 years old. We're able to hold on to like all of our picks from this year as well, so we're going to get to keep drafting. Hopefully beef up the D-line, hopefully get another guard. We're basically just looking for dev traits on the D-line. I think McCarthy might have one. 6'3", 309 pounds, 22 years old. He has elite strength, good excel, A play rec, A block shedding. Not very good finesse or power moves, but he's a run stopper, and A block shedding, but he has C to F awareness, which kind of scares me. Because Hayden Sharf looks like he could be good about everything. 6'1", 300 pounds, 22 years old. Great strength, good speed, great agility, good excel. B power moves, B finesse moves, only B to D block shedding, but he has B awareness. This guy looks like he's going to be a better overall, but I feel like the other guy has a better chance of having a dev trait. Maybe we leave it up to fate. A block shedding, though. All right, fuck it. Heads, we're drafting Mike Harvey. Tails, we're drafting Hayden Sharf. Flip a coin. Okay, Siri said tails. Y'all couldn't hear it, but we're going with Hayden Sharf. Please have a dev trait, my boy. Bam. Hidden dev, 93 strength, 80 excel. Probably go with Alex Middleton here in the 3rd round. He is 23 years old, but he's out of Auburn. He has elite strength, great excel, B run block, A pass block finesse, A impact blocking, C to F awareness. Ooh, maybe not. The elite strength was just tempting to me. The other guards, honestly, all don't look as good as him, so I think we are going to go with him. So Alex Middleton, welcome to the Minnesota Vikings. Just have a dev trait, and this is a good pick. Bam, 3 hidden devs in 3 rounds. Let's fucking go. With our last pick, I may just try to get one of these blocking tight ends. They always have hidden dev, and this guy has elite strength. A run block, A to C pass block, A break tackle, A impact blocking. Honestly, if he's normal, it's kind of a throwaway pick, but if he has hidden, he'll be our backup tight end for TJ Hawkinson. And he has normal dev. That's unfortunate. That's going to be the last pick we make in the draft. Our next pick is not until the 7th round. So let's go ahead and get to the draft recap. Let's see how we did. And the cornerback we traded up for ended up being an 82 overall 21-year-old. Hayden Sharf is a 73. Middleton's a 73. The tight end we took is literally insanely terrible. The best player in the class was an 83 overall guard. We were tied for the 2nd highest overall player in the class at pick number 10. That was huge that we traded up to that. But we are officially ready for year number 4. We added more to the O-line this year. Everybody else is pretty much the same. JJ McCarthy's up to an 83 overall. He still has a great receiving core, has a great tight end, and a great O-line to work with. And then this is the defense. We're going to make sure we go ahead and start Sharf at, I guess we'll start him at D tackle. And then we're going to make Potts the number 1 corner, because I'm assuming he's going to have X Factor, so he'll probably develop like crazy. Hopefully Durand and Tyson can have a better year so they can continue to develop as well. Honestly, it's just going to come down to if this defense can play good, because we have an 87 overall team with a 91 overall offense and only an 83 overall defense, so they're pretty young. Hopefully everybody can develop. Our D-line's all super young. Potts is obviously only 21 years old. Jackson Hill is super young. Ivan Pace is still pretty young. Both of our edge rushers are pretty young, so we have room to develop. We just need them to play good. We need another good year so that they can get some morale, but we'll, again, unless something happens at the midseason that I need to show you guys, I'll see you guys at the end of the year. Hopefully, we are again in the playoffs. So we are at the midseason right now because we have some pretty big names to re-sign. We have to re-sign Jordan Addison. We're going to give him 4 years, $78 million, and he re-signs. We also have to re-sign TJ Hawkinson. We're going to go ahead and give him, I don't want to have to pay him and Jordan Addison in the same year, so we're going to give him 3 years, $49 million, and he re-signs. And then we're going to hold off on everybody else until the end of the year. Another thing I would like to address is I wasn't going to change the playbooks because we did win the Super Bowl last year. With a 92 overall offense, we only have the 29th offensive points per game. It may just be because we have such a low overall running back. We also have the 29th defense. I really don't know. Maybe it's just because of our low overall defense, but maybe we should just go ahead and change the playbook. Dolphins, I like the Steelers defensive playbook. The Steelers defensive playbook's pretty good. Panthers is normally pretty good. I think we're going to try out the Steelers, see how that goes for us. But yeah, we changed the playbook. Let's go ahead and get to the end of the year. Hopefully, I think Aaron Jones just regressing is one of the reasons our offense is so bad. So we'll keep the same offensive playbook, at least for now. But I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Okay, we just lost to an 0-9 team, but Chad Yankee did go up to star, so I guess that's always a positive. All right, in the year after the Super Bowl, we go 6-11 and are nowhere near making the playoffs. We need a good free agency. We're also going to switch the offensive playbook next year. It's honestly time. The defensive playbook change was not the move. We had the last offense in points per game this year, but we do have a low overall defense again, so I guess it's not the end of the world. But we needed to make a splash in free agency. That's the biggest problem, is there's no good defensive free agents to add to the team every year. Looks like the Ravens win the Super Bowl this year over the Seahawks. Harrison Smith still has not retired. I don't think we're going to re-sign him again. What is he, like 38 now? So for signings, we have to bring back Byron Murphy. We need this corner depth right now, so we'll offer him 1 year, $5.7 million, and he resigns. Chad Yankee, we have the 5th year for him. $14 million is really expensive for somebody who hasn't been playing that good, so we're not going to pick that up. We're going to let go of Aaron Jones. He's only a 78 overall now. Mekhi Blackman, I want to re-sign him, but I just would rather hold on to this money. 1 year, $4.3 million. He's excited to stay with the team. Josh Newton, I think we're going to let go. Jordan Birch, we'll honestly probably also let go. We'll let go of Bo Limmer. We're going to let go of Harrison Smith. So this is going to be everybody we re-sign. So we're going to have $55 million to spend in free agency. Just show me a good, like, D tackle or a good edge rusher, please. Like, it's all I need. I don't even care if they're old. Just please show me somebody. Chris Jones, but he's not interested. Jalen Carter, also not interested. All right, so there's finally players we can use, and none of them are interested, including Kenny Clark, including Montez Sweat. We're probably just going to have to throw one of them like a bag to make sure we can get them, because I really want one of these players. We're going to have to pay Chris Jones like $30 million a year if we want him. Same with Jalen Carter. Yeah, so we're going to offer for Jalen Carter. I offered him a 5-year deal. We're going to pay him $30 million a year. I still don't even know if we're going to get him, but we have to try. He does sign, and we didn't get him. Fuck. Went to the Panthers, dude. Kenny Clark is still here. Should we just go for him? Or Montez Sweat, maybe? I'm so frustrated. Like, there's just nothing we can do. Why is nobody interested in playing for us? We won a Super Bowl within the last 2 years. Yeah, we had a bad year, but you're interested in playing for the Panthers and not a team that just won the Super Bowl. We're just going to go for Kenny Clark, I guess. It's like our only hope. So, Kenny Clark, welcome to the Vikings. God, I wanted Jalen Carter so fucking bad, dude. I forgot to check our stats on the year. I'll do that here before we hop into the draft. J.J. McCarthy had a pretty good year, 4,200 yards, 29 touchdowns, 11 picks. J.J. McCarthy was... Oh, it's because we don't have Aaron Jones anymore. I can't check Aaron Jones' stats, but we did let him go anyway. Jordan Addison with 1,400 yards and 9 touchdowns. I wonder if he went up to X Factor for that. Justin Jefferson with 1,000 yards on the dot, 6 touchdowns. Tim McCullers, 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. T.J. Hawkinson, 600 yards, 5 touchdowns. O-line wasn't great, but I've seen a lot worse. 21 TFLs out of Chad Yankee, 14 out of Nicholas Tyson, 12 out of Kenny Clark, 8.5 sacks out of Kenny... Oh, this wasn't even for us. 7.5 out of Tyson, 7 out of Yankee. Duran's not very good. We may need to get another edge rusher. I'm so mad, dude, that we weren't able to get any of those guys. Oh, my God. We had to settle for Kenny Clark, bro. Fortunately, the offense is pretty good. I don't really think we'll have much to address. We may need to draft a backup running back, but that's not first priority. Middleton actually had superstars, so the O-line's looking really good. And then on defense, Sharf actually has superstar as well, so the O-line, or the D-line, actually is pretty good for right now. We do need another safety, but we could also just start Louis Cine at strong safety or Blackman. Actually, we'll probably start Cine there. I was finally going to get a starting spot. I don't know. We don't even have a first-round pick, so we're just going to have to get into the second round, see who is the best-looking. Potts, of course, did have X Factor. Maybe we try to get another corner, add to the corner group. I don't know. We're just going to have to see who looks best. God, I just really wanted Jalen Carter. It's all I wanted. And the 1 year we do this bad, we don't even have our first. We would have had the 6th overall pick in the first round, and we traded our first-round pick away. That's so unfortunate. We could go with Adam Norwell, 22 out of Oklahoma. Great strength, elite jumping, good speed, great excel. A to C finesse moves, B awareness. I just wish he was more scouted. He looks like he could be okay, and I think we could use him pretty badly. So we're going to go with Adam Norwell. Please have a dev trait. Let's go. Hidden dev. 83 speed, 88 excel, 22 years old. We'll probably start him over Durand, I believe his name is. I may just keep trying to add depth to this D-line, dude. Bradley Whitaker is 21, also out of Oklahoma. Great strength, great speed. B power moves, B play rec, B awareness. Only C block shedding, but I don't know. I'm just kind of looking for dev traits here. We could always use depth on the D-line, especially because Kenny Clark that we just signed is over 30 years old. So we're going to go with Bradley Whitaker here. God, dude. I've drafted like 10 D linemen this video. Like, this is insane. We may go with Miles Landry. We could use some safety depth. He looks decent. B hit power, B to D finesse moves, B awareness. Honestly, nothing looks crazy, but B awareness makes me think he'll be good. Maybe not insane, but we could use him, so we're going to take him. I expected to have normal dev. We're in the 4th round. I'm going to look for a backup running back in the 5th round. If there's nobody good, well, I'll just see you guys at the draft recap. And we got a hidden dev running back to be our backup. Thank God. Adam Norwell is a 73 overall. We're probably going to try to start him. Whitaker's a 71. Landry's a 71. The backup running back is only a 68, but at least he'll have a dev trait so that he can develop. The best player in the class was an 83 overall running back. There's an 81 overall receiver, an 81 overall safety, an 80 overall corner. There's also an 80 overall running back who didn't go till the 2nd round. Jeez. But we are going to be changing the playbooks again this year. I think we may just go back to the Raiders on defense. I think our defense is just going to be bad no matter what because of the overall. I really don't just want to be lame and run like Dallas or the Chiefs. I want to run something different. You know what? I've seen Joe Burrow win a lot of MVPs. Let's try out the Bengals. I've never really used that. And we're going to try out the Panthers defense, I guess. I see the Panthers do good in simulation all the time. We're going to try out some different playbooks that I don't normally use. But it's officially time to hop into year 5. The offense still looks really good. If Dunn can do nearly as good as Aaron Jones was when we first started and start to develop, I think we'll be good. He looks a lot like Deion Sanders. But we still have a great receiving core. We still have a good offense. I think Dunn is going to kind of be the one who holds us back if it comes down to that. And then the defense is looking better. We got more dev traits. Scharf has superstar. We're going to start Norwell at our starting edge rusher. And I got to move Louis Cine to strong safety. Yeah, so I'm hoping this defense can play how I feel like they're capable of playing. We're just going to have to find out. Let's get into year number 5. I'll probably see you guys at the end of I'll probably see you guys at the end of the year, assuming, there's, again, nothing important to show you guys at the midseason. And yeah, we are going to stop at the midseason because we have a lot of re-signings. We have to re-sign Zach Berger, JJ McCarthy, Devontae Dunn, Tim McCullers, Chad Yankee, Wes Duran, Byron Murphy, Kenny Clark, Louis Cine, Brian O'Neill. Oh my God. Well, let's start off with JJ McCarthy. He's going to be the most expensive, and he's not interested. But this is actually really affordable for a quarterback. 5 years, $110 million. That's insanely cheap, and he does take it. Perfect. Zach Berger as superstar. I'd really like to bring him back for 3 years, $42 million. He does not take it. Devontae Dunn I'm probably going to wait to see how he does at the end of the year to re-sign him because we don't even know how good he is yet. Tim McCullers has been great for us. We want to keep this receiving core good. We'll give him 3 years, $32 million. He's happy to resign. Chad Yankee, I'd also like to see how he's doing. I could just check right now. 1 sack, 4 TFLs. Yeah, I don't think we're going to resign him as of right now. Wes Duran isn't even a starter anymore. We'll wait till the end of the year. Same with Byron Murphy. Kenny Clark is probably going to regress, so we'll resign him at the end of the year. Louis Cine is not interested. Brian O'Neill's not interested, but I really like to have him back. What about 2 years, $48 million? He doesn't take it. Yeah, we're going to have to make the rest of these re-signings at the end of the year. At least we got JJ McCarthy back, I guess. But we do have a breakout receiver. Let's see who this is. Tim McCuller could go up to superstar. That'd be awesome. So let's see if he hits his breakout, and then let's get to the end of the season. He didn't hit his breakout. I'll see y'all at the end of the year. And at the end of the year, number 5, we finished 9-8 and sneak into the playoffs again. We had the best passing offense in the league in yards. Our defense was insanely bad. We just got to keep switching around playbooks. It looks like the Seahawks actually had a really good defense, so maybe we'll try that out next year. JJ McCarthy led the league in passing yards with 4,800. He also had 39 touchdowns, only 9 picks, was a 75 completion percentage. Probably not MVP numbers, but will definitely be up there for MVP. And yeah, Devontae Dunn wasn't great. We'll have to see how much his overall increases before we decide to re-sign him. 970 yards, 3.7 per carry, 8 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson, 1,400 yards, 15 touchdowns, probably Offensive Player of the Year. 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns out of Jordan Addison. 2 yards away from 1,000 for Tim McCullers and 2 touchdowns. TJ Hawkinson, almost 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. Christian Darrisaw and Brian O'Neill are continuing to just not be very good, at least as good as they are. We may not even re-sign Brian O'Neill. Maybe we draft a new tackle. The interior was pretty good, though. Robertson could have been better. 120 tackles out of Ivan Pace leads the team. 19 TFLs out of Kenny Clark. 16 out of Chad Yankee. 12 out of Norwell. 9 sacks out of Kenny Clark. 6.5 out of Tyson. 4.5 out of Norwell. He didn't have the best rookie year. 2 picks out of Ivan Pace. 2 out of Louis Cine. 2 out of Blackman. 2 out of Murphy. 2 out of Potts. And 1 out of Dax Hill. But MVP goes to Lamar Jackson. We came in 4th to JJ McCarthy. He may get a dev up, though, because he had a really good year. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Terry McLaurin on the Commanders. We came in 6th with Justin Jefferson with 1,400 receiving yards and 15 touchdowns. 8th place goes to JJ McCarthy. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aiden Hutchinson. We actually got a vote. 8th place goes to Kenny Clark. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Montel Conley for the Buccaneers. We came in 6th with Britton Spriggs. I think that's our backup running back. And 7th with Meredith. No, this is our backup running back. Who the fuck is Spriggs? I don't know. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Oh my God. Okay, we had an insanely shit year, but he wins it. So that guy should go up to superstar at least, which is going to be huge for the team. We have a wild card game against the Seahawks. They had the 14th offensive points per game and the 3rd defense. They had a way better season than us. We are higher overall, but we're probably going to lose. So let's just go into the divisional. Maybe we were going to win, but probably not. And we win, dude. Dude, JJ McCarthy is the best playoff quarterback of all time. But we're taking on the Falcons. They have an 88 overall offense, defense, and they have the 9th offensive points per game and the best defense in the league. Ooh, they also have a 3-4. We could try out their playbook. But for now, let's just send to the NFC Championship, see if we can get a lucky win over the Falcons. Dude, this is insane. This is actually insane. We're going to get the Commanders in the NFC Championship. They had 7th offensive points per game, the 10th defense. We're still I think we've been a higher overall than every team we've played. But is our Landsanity run going to stop here, or are we going to make the Super Bowl? Dude, JJ McCarthy is the best playoff quarterback of all time. Once again, no force wins. We're just getting that. Like, when we're 9-8, we're unstoppable in the playoffs. Let's check dev traits. I'm assuming JJ McCarthy went up to Superstar. Jordan Addison may have gotten a dev up as well. Yeah, JJ McCarthy up to Superstar. Jordan Addison up to X Factor. And then Norwell also goes up to Superstar for winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. Tyson was already Superstar. So we have a good defense. Dax Hill goes up to X Factor. Kenny Clark goes up to X Factor. We have a good defense. Everybody just needs to develop, which they're starting to do. I think our secondary needs more work. But for now, let's hop into the Super Bowl against the Jets, who are the 3rd best offense in the league and the 15th best defense. We'll probably play a drive again just because it's fun. But we have officially made 2 Super Bowls in 5 years with JJ McCarthy. Can we get a second Super Bowl win? We get to start off on offense here. Let's see if we can go down and get a touchdown. We'll start off with a stretch to Devontae Dunn. Let's see what we can get going here. I did not read those blocks good at all. And Sauce Gardner's running at you. It kind of gets scary. I don't know. Maybe they'll leave Justin Jefferson one-on-one. It kind of looks like they might. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, yeah. I'm throwing that shit up to Justin Jefferson. Easy. It's just too easy. Like, if you're going to leave Justin Jefferson one-on-one, like, I'm going to throw it to him. Ooh, I like this play a lot. PA cross country. If Jefferson could get open here in the back of the end zone, I think this would be nice. Let's just see. Looks like we might have some pressure, but Justin Jefferson is open. Dude, that is such a bad throw. Maybe I shouldn't have freeformed it. He had a couple feet on him, but it was Sauce Gardner. I'm kind of scared. So I tried to freeform it, and it fucked up the throw. I'm kind of scared to run the ball. Dunn doesn't seem like he's very good. So we're going to run some play action here. I'm going to send Hawkinson down the middle with all these crossing routes. I'm hoping he can kind of find his way open. It looks like he actually did. Oh, that was a laser, but Sauce Gardner did get the knockout, so that's unfortunate. So what happens when you play against Sauce Gardner? Let's see what we can do here. Oh, I just don't like this very much. Let's run PA crossers. Let's cancel the play action because I'm not trying to get sacked. Let's just send Hawkinson on a drag. Jefferson's open. Hold on to it. Bro. Like, I know we got hit, but Justin Jefferson's holding on to that every day. Like, I promise. God, this Jets defense is crazy. We're just going to take our field goal, and the rest is going to be up. Did I just miss? Okay, no, I didn't. The rest is going to be up to the C. Maybe it's not on All Madden. That kick meter wasn't that fast. Is it on All Pro? Oh, it's on All Pro. I'm gay. My bad. I didn't know. Didn't know I was gay. But the Jets get the ball, and they go down and match our field goal to tie up the game. Looks like we're getting down the field, and we get another field goal to go up to 6-3, and they get a touchdown to take a 4-point lead. We're getting down the field again, and we get a touchdown to take a 3-point lead, and we get a stop on defense. Offense is moving pretty well. We go up by 10, but they kick a field goal late in the first half to cut it to 7, and we get a stop to open up the half. We get another touchdown to take a 14-point lead. The Jets get a touchdown to cut it to 7. We get stopped on defense. We get a stop. I think we just got a safety, actually. We're up by 9 in the fourth quarter, and we get another stop on defense. It's looking like the Vikings are going to walk away with their second Super Bowl in 5 years. They win 29-20 over the New York Jets. That's insane. And I think JJ McCarthy may have just won himself his second Super Bowl MVP. JJ McCarthy is officially a 2-time Super Bowl MVP. That is insane. Now, we do still, unfortunately, have a lot of re-signings to make, and a lot of players are not interested, although we just won the Super Bowl because this game is insanely terrible. I really want to bring back Zach Berger. We'll try to give him 4 years, $58 million, and he does re-sign, fortunately. Nicholas Tyson, we have the 5th year for him. $15 million is pretty affordable. We'll go ahead and pick that up. Devontae Dunn, we just won a Super Bowl with him. I think the more he progresses, the better it will be. We'll bring him back. Hopefully there's not a good running back in free agency or something, and we regret this. We'll give him 2 years, $11 million, and he re-signs. Chad Yankee, how did he end up doing this year? 3 sacks, 16 TFLs. I mean, I don't want to pay him that much. We'll see how the DNs in free agency look. We'll consider bringing him back. We don't need Durand anymore. We'll consider bringing Byron Murphy back in free agency as well, because I think we need better corners, not just aging corners. I want Kenny Clark back for 1 more year. Maybe if I up this money, he'll take it 1 year, $12 million. He wants to test out free agency. We'll try to bring him back there. Louis Cine was a good starter for us. We'll give him 2 years, $10 million, and he resigns. We still have to resign Brian O'Neill. He actually wasn't even that good. Could we replace him in the draft, maybe? That would save us a lot of money. I mean, 8 sacks isn't terrible. I've seen rookies would do a lot worse than that. How much does he want? Let's try 2 years, $49 million. All right, perfect. He takes it. And then everybody else I think we can afford to lose. We do have to re-sign our kicker and punter, though, so we'll go ahead and do that. We need some big names here in free agency so we can go back-to-back. We got 2 Super Bowls in 5 years. Can we get to 3, maybe 4 in 10 years? We're going to have to find out. So we really don't need to sign anything on offense. I would like if there was a really nice running back. We have 2 superstar running backs, though, so if we got a nice one, we could even trade one of these guys. And I'd still like to add another D lineman, maybe even just bring back Kenny Clark. We don't need a new edge rusher anymore. We got 2 nice ones. I'd like another corner, but if not, we could always draft one. We could upgrade at Louisine. Let's just take a look at free agency. Let's see who's available. Hopefully, teams are actually interested in us. We just won the Super Bowl, so let's just find out. Ooh, Marlon Humphrey could be interesting. Although we're really only probably going to have him for like a year, maybe 2 for $15 million. Christian McCaffrey would also be interesting. Another player we'd probably only have for a year. But if we got him, our backup running back could develop by the time it's time for him to be a starter. Travarius Ward would be nice. All right, there's actually some sick names. I would like Tariq Woolen too. Hey, we got some people to work with here. That's all I know. We also still don't have a kicker, so I may try to get like Harrison Butker or something. So in free agency, we're going to go for Christian McCaffrey, Tariq Woolen, and Kenny Clark. We don't even have to offer Kenny Clark nearly as much as we had to because he's an idiot and decided to decline us and he has no other offers. But Christian McCaffrey would be huge. He'd help our running back now develop so that whenever he's a starter, he's not an 80 overall. And Tariq Woolen would be a great addition to the cornerback group. We'll sign him for 2 years. And then Kenny Clark, we're going to try to bring back for another year. So let's go ahead and send these offers through. What? We were the top offer for McCaffrey and Tariq Woolen, and neither of them signed with us? All right, that's actually insanely frustrating. That makes me tilted. We were the top offer for both. I think we're going to try to get Tyjae Spears instead. Having multiple running backs will be helpful. I gave Travarius Ward an offer. He's not very interested, and I'm not willing to pay him as much as the Broncos and the Rams, but we still should be able to get back Kenny Clark. Never mind, the fucking Rams are offering for him, so I got to give him an $11 million contract. Damn, I really don't want to lose him to the Rams. Let's give him more money. Yeah, let's go ahead and send these through. I'm really frustrated that we didn't get those players, but it's okay. We got Tyjae Spears. Can you just please sign Kenny Clark? Like, you're not going to get a better offer, dude. We're just going to send him to the draft. We'll see if Kenny Clark signs. I'm actually really frustrated we didn't at least get Christian McCaffrey because McCaffrey was interested in the team and we were his top offer. I kind of get Tariq Woolen because I'm pretty sure he wasn't interested in the team at all, but we were still his top offer. Whatever, bro. All right. Kenny Clark didn't end up signing with us, so the defense looks good, other than we just need to add one more corner. And then we, again, really don't need to touch the offense. We could draft a receiver here pretty soon, just, to potentially replace these guys along with TJ Hawkinson. But I'm okay with not drafting offense this year. We're just going to try to find a corner in the first round. I'd even be willing to trade up for a really nice one because we are, of course, going to have the 32nd overall pick. Although there's only one corner mocked to go in the first round, so we may not even need to trade up. Yeah, this guy's a round 1 talent. He wasn't projected to go in the first round. There's some decent corners that I think we could get. So we're going to keep our pick where it is, and I think we'll be fine. There are some other corners that look nice, but we know that Rondale Hodges is a first-round talent. He's only 21. He's also 6'3", great speed, elite agility, great excel, great strength, B-man, B-press, B-zone, C play rec, A block shooting, A injury. Looks pretty good at everything. C awareness, it worries me. He's not going to be that high of an overall, but I'm pretty sure he'll have hidden dev, so we're going to go ahead and pick him up. Hidden dev, 93 speed, 92 excel at 6'3", so we have 2 young, tall-ass corners. I may take another D lineman. I know we've drafted a lot of D linemen in this video, but Kenny Clark's getting old. He's clearly not interested in playing for us. But I also wouldn't hate going for one of these safeties. Louisine is already like 28, 29. Jelani Mabin has great strength, good excel, B play rec, A hit power, A injury, B tackle. Really bad coverages, but I think he's a run support, and he's only 21. I think he might have a dev trait. If he has a dev trait, this is a good pick. We're going to take a chance on him. Hidden dev, 90 speed, 91 excel, only 21 years old, 6'2", 220 pounds. And then I'm hoping there'll be like a tackle left in the 4th round. Our tackles are aging just a little bit. They're starting to get expensive, and they're not even playing like insanely good. They're both playing pretty good, but if we could get, some depth to the O-line so that we have a safety blanket if we lose one of our tackles, that would be super nice. All right, yeah, there's no tackles, so let's try to find a backup tight end. We're probably just going to take this blocking tight end. He's 23 years old, but he has elite strength, A pass block, A run block. Sure, let's do it. I think he's going to have a dev trade, so yep, hidden dev, 78 strength, 76 speed, 79 excel. Probably not the best receiver, but the more he develops, the better he'll get as a receiver. So we'll go ahead and let the CPU take over from here. We'll see how he did in the draft recap. Honestly, we hit all the dev traits there. I think we had a pretty good draft. And Randall Hodges is 76 overall, maybe in the 72. We may even consider starting him over Louisine. If not, we'll just play him at some sub linebacker or slot corner. And Poole is also a 72 overall, so we got a good backup tight end. The CPU took a receiver in the 5th round. He's a 70 overall. Always good to have depth at receiver. The highest overall player was an 84 overall center. Jesus Christ. There's an 82 overall linebacker, an 82 overall center, an 81 overall D tackle, and 80 overall receiver. I'm just glad we got that corner. I think he's going to be a great player for us, and that's definitely one of our biggest needs as of right now. So here's a look at the team going into year number 6. JJ McCarthy went up to superstar. We added Tyjae Spears. I think he's going to be pretty good for us. We still have an insane receiving core, 2 X factors. TJ Hawkinson's still doing good. We still have one of the best O-lines in the league, most likely. Excuse me. Defense also still looks pretty good. We're going to move Hodges up to the second corner. We're going to try to let him develop as much as possible. And then we'll probably just have Mabin play a little bit of a sub linebacker, maybe some slot corner. We'll have to see what we want to do with him. But I want to make sure he can develop as much as he can because we're probably not going to have CNA for much longer. But I like the defense. Everybody's pretty young. We have room to develop, so I'm definitely happy with it. And now that Daxton Hill's up to now he's up to X Factor, should be able to develop even nicer. But we did not resign our kicker, and I forgot to get one. So let me go get us one out of free agency real quick. All right, we got us a kicker signed. It's officially time to hop into year number 6. I may see you guys at the midseason if we have any big signings or anything we need to address. But other than that, I may be seeing you guys at the end of the season. Hopefully we're in the playoffs. I'll see you guys then. Damn, we're at the midseason right now, and I forgot to change our defensive playbook. We're still in Carolina. I wanted to do the Falcons because they had one of the best defenses in the league when we played them, and they're in a 3-4. I used to use their defensive playbook a lot. It's just sometimes playbooks are just so hit or miss. Like this game's very playbook based, but it's also like just some of the playbooks are weirdly good but also bad. Dude, we're just so inconsistent. We go 7-10 on year 6. We don't make the playoffs. We have the second to last defense in points per game. JJ McCarthy was still great, though. He was second in the league in passing yards with 4,500, 40 touchdowns, 12 picks, 74 completion percentage. I'm glad to see that he's been doing so good. Tyjae Spears was not great. 960 yards, 3.9 per carry, 6 touchdowns. I wish we could add Christian McCaffrey, but we did not. Devontae Dunn was actually pretty good as a backup. Maybe we'll start him next year. Justin Jefferson with 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns. Jordan Addison, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. McCullers, 800 yards, 10 touchdowns. TJ Hawkinson, 700 yards, 6 touchdowns. Christian Darrisaw wasn't great. We also have to re-sign him. It's going to be really expensive. I think I may just try to draft a tackle so we don't have to spend all of our money on him. Brian O'Neill was good. Interior was good. Ivan Pace leads the team in tackles, 117. 13 TFLs out of Tyson, 13 out of Clark, 11 out of Norwell, 9 out of Sharp. 7 sacks out of Norwell, 5.5 out of Clark, 3 out of Tyson. Not many sacks in the year at all. 4 picks out of Potts, 1 out of Dean, 1 out of Mabin, 1 out of Hodges, and 1 out of Green. MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. We came in 8th place with JJ McCarthy. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Josh Jacobs on the Packers. We came in 10th with Justin Jefferson. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Micah Parsons, no Vikings. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jimmy Ruff for the 49ers. We came in 8th with Oscar Poole. I'm not sure who this is. This may be one of our depth receivers. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Eric Way for the Rams. We came in 4th with Randall Hodges. We also came in 7th with Jelani Mabin. Very underwhelming year. We're so, weirdly mid. We either go 9-8 and win the Super Bowl by sneaking into the playoffs, or we miss the playoffs completely. Every time we've made the playoffs, we've won the Super Bowl, but the other years we've been 7-10 and 6-11. And the Rams win the Super Bowl this year over the Colts. We have $71 million to bring back the players we missed out on at the midseason. I re-signed a decent amount. Both of our middle linebackers need to be re-signed, but they're both expensive. I may bring back Ivan Pace just because he's superstar. I'm not sure what we're going to do, though. So we have the 5th year for Andrew Potts. He's a 93 overall X Factor. We're going to pick that up. Ivan Pace wants a decent amount of money, and he's not interested. And I don't really feel like paying a 29-year-old for 4 years, so I honestly think we're going to let him hit free agency. We'll re-sign Daxton Hill. He declined our last offer, so we're going to give him 3 years, $23 million, and he re-signs. I really want to bring back Christian Darrisaw, but it's just going to cost so much money. If I could get you on a 1-year deal for $29 million, maybe. He wants to test out free agency. How much is a tag? $30 million, about the same much we were going to pay him. We could try to get him back in free agency, but I also wouldn't hate drafting a tackle. Nakobe Dean is cheaper than Ivan Pace. What if we give him 3 years, $24 million? He's also going to test out free agency. We're going to lose both of our middle linebackers. AJ Barnett isn't a starter. Jeff Fulcher we don't need. And then Kenny Clark's probably not going to sign with us. We'll give him a year, $7.5 million. He wants to test out. I just hit my mic. So yeah, we lost a lot of positions, but we're going to have a lot of money to work with in free agency. So if we can make some big signings and then draft a new tackle, I think we'll be fine. So we may sign a tackle in free agency, but I prefer to draft one. Also, JJ McCarthy went up to X Factor. Our backup tight end had X Factor. Norwell went up to X Factor. And our corner, that was a rookie last year, has superstar. So we need to replace both our middle linebackers. We need another D lineman. So that's what we're looking for in free agency. And if there's nobody better, we could always just bring back the guys from last year. Patrick Mahomes is a free agent. Nick Bolton, he wants $17 million a year, though. I just don't feel like doing that. Josh Allen's a free agent. TJ Watt's a free agent. Oh, now Christian McCaffrey's a free agent again. And we could trade Tyjae Spears. So in free agency, we are going to try to go for Christian McCaffrey. If we get him, we will be trading Tyjae Spears. We're going to try to get Jermaine Johnson to add to the D-line. And we're going to get 2 new middle linebackers out of Zach Swinton and Jelani Powell. 2 younger guys. Going to make this more of a rebuild. We're replacing both of our older middle linebackers. So let's go ahead and send all these offers through. I think we should be able to get all of these guys. 3 of them signed. We got McCaffrey, Swinton, and Powell. Jermaine Johnson has yet to sign, but nobody else is offering for him, so he should sign with us. If he would just hurry up and do it, that'd be great. And he does sign with us, so we addressed a lot of needs here in free agency, so we should be able to get pretty much whatever tackle we want in the draft because we could trade up or down, but we should have a pretty good pick anyway, so let's get to the draft and let's see what we can do. I'm at a big phone trying to call home all of my change I spent on you. So going into the draft, we really don't need anything on defense. Everything looks pretty good. Norwell does have negative morale, but he's still X factor and should progress. Corners are good. Secondary is all good. D-line looks good. The really only thing we need is a new tackle. I'm trying to think of upcoming contracts we may have that are going to be expensive. Brian O'Neill, I think we had for 2 or 3 years. He's going to be expensive. Probably a receiver because Justin Jefferson or Jordan Addison, when their contracts come up, are going to be expensive. I don't know. I would say we ignore defense. We draft a tackle, and then we'll just look around for the best possible player. I want to trade Tyjae Spears, I think. The only problem with that is after this 1 year with Christian McCaffrey, I don't know who our running back's going to be, but Tyjae Spears wasn't even good. So we are going to be trading him. And we turned him into a second rounder, which is insanely unrealistic, but Madden sucks, and I'm going to take advantage. And we have a pretty good draft pick this year. We pick at 8, so we shouldn't need to move up or down the board. We're just going to use our pick where it is, and we're going to find a nice new left tackle. A lot of these tackles aren't very good. The best one is going to be one of these 2 guys, unless we took a right tackle. I think there's a round 1 talent right tackle. No, I lied. So we're either going to be going with Don Bullock or Marcus Peak, I believe. Don Bullock is 23 out of OU. Only decent strength, elite change of direction, solid excel. Doesn't look too crazy, but Marcus Peak is only 21 out of Alabama, but he has poor strength. Neither of them look that good. They're both... I mean, Marcus Peak looked like a good pass blocker. A pass block finesse, A pass block power. Not the best run blocker, but I think pass blocking is going to be what's most important for us. He's only 21 out of Bama, so we're going to go ahead and take Marcus Peak here in the first round. 78 strength is really bad. I'm pretty sure we've drafted like a safety with higher strength than that so far, but a good tackle is going to be a good pass blocker. I think it's going to be good in the long run. And we're actually getting offered first round picks for next year for our second round pick in the 8th, for our second round pick, which is 8th overall. It's just between which team I think is going to be the worst. The Giants are probably going to be pretty bad. The Bengals will probably be good. I think I'm going to, the Broncos is 2032. The Bucks aren't normally very good, and that's a second round. Dude, I'm so stupid. The Giants are offering us a first round pick for next year for our 8th overall second round pick this year, so I will definitely take that. Honestly, I wouldn't hate trading back this 9th overall pick too. If we could get offered another first round pick for next year for whatever reason, and we are getting offered the Dolphins first round pick for next year, so we are definitely going to be taking that. We're going to have 3 first round picks in next year's draft. I think we're going to go D-line again. We're just going to keep adding depth to this D-line. D-linemen are expensive. We're going to have to pay him in the future, and this guy looks really good, and we're not going to pass up on him. I'm going to call him Trey Boner because that's funny. You're only 22 years old out of Louisville. Welcome to the Vikings. Why do they always have normal dev? I don't know. Our next pick is until the 4th round. I don't even really know what to take. So we're just going to send this out, and we'll let the CPU take over. We're going to have 3 first-round picks next year. So even if we lose some people to free agency next year, we're going to be able to replace pretty much whatever we want. We could trade back next year, get even more picks. Like, we're setting ourselves up really good. I believe we're going into year number 7. So we still have 7, 8, 9, and 10. We have 4 more years. Having those 3 first-rounders is going to make the next few years very easy. And our tackle's a 74 overall. I would definitely take that. Boner's a 73. The CPU took a 71 overall receiver. They also took a 70 overall receiver. They took 2 receivers, both over 70 overall. I believe we took another 70 overall outside linebacker, so we'll take that. The best player in the class was an 83 overall right guard. There's an 81 overall linebacker, an 81 overall corner, 81 overall middle linebacker, and an 80 overall quarterback. Ooh, wow. Saints got themselves Artie Williams in the 4th overall pick. 80 overall, 22-year-old improviser quarterback. But it's time for year number 7. We have an 89 overall team. The defense still needs to continue to develop, but I think we'll have a pretty good year this year. We did switch the defensive playbook again. We're trying out the Rams. The Rams sometimes isn't crazy, like, when it comes to yards and points per game, but they rack up a lot of stats for your players, and that's kind of what I'm looking for, so I'll see you guys at the end of year number 7. We're at the midseason right now. It's officially time to pay Justin Jefferson again. We're giving him 4 years, $140 million. He's excited to stay with the team. That's about all I'm going to show y'all. I just thought y'all would want to know that we re-signed Justin Jefferson. And then year 7, we finished 13-4, and we got the first round bye in the NFC. J.J. McCarthy was 6th in the league in passing yards with 4,100, 39 touchdowns, 7 picks with a 72 completion percentage. Christian McCaffrey with 1,300 yards, 4.6 per carry, 9 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson with 1,300 yards, 22 touchdowns. I think we know he's going to win Offensive Player of the Year. 1,000 yards for Jordan Addison, 5 touchdowns. 750 for Hawkinson, 3 touchdowns. 695 for Tim McCullers and 3 touchdowns. Brian O'Neill was good. Chance Brewer was actually really good this year at left tackle. I think he allowed less sacks than Then Christian Darrisaw, so that's good to see. Zach Berger wasn't great, but the rest of the interior was really good. What did we allow? Like 12, we allowed like 20 sacks on the year. That's really good. 143 sacks, 143 tackles out of Zach Swinton leads the team. 14 TFLs out of Nicholas Tyson, 13 out of Sharf, 13 out of Johnson, 11 out of Powell. 10.5 sacks out of Hayden Sharf, 8 out of Tyson, 6.5 out of Morant, 6 out of Adam Norwell. 4 picks out of Andrew Potts, 1 out of Tyson, 1 out of Cine, and 1 out of Swinton. MVP goes to Lamar Jackson. We came in 6th with JJ McCarthy. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Brandon Ayuk. How did Brandon Ayuk get better than Justin Jefferson with 22 touchdowns? Come on. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Michael Parsons. Yeah. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Spencer Kirkpatrick for the Falcons. No Vikings. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Malcolm Combs for the Eagles. No Vikings. We didn't really have many rookies this year because we traded a lot of our draft picks. But let's figure out who we're going to be taking on in the divisional. We are still yet to lose a playoff game this video, by the way. So can JJ McCarthy keep his undefeated playoff status alive? We're playing against the Giants. They have the 6th offense in the league, 5th in points per game. Or 6th offensive points per game, 5th defense in points per game. We're higher overall than them. When we were 9-8, we were winning every single playoff game. Now that we're 13-4, can we keep it that way? Let's sim to the NFC Championship and see if we beat the Giants. No, we lose. Hey, I want you guys to remember what I said at the beginning of the video. When we're low overall, we're going to be winning these playoff games. And once I literally said once we have a 90 overall team, we are going to start losing playoff games. I literally spoke it into existence. The Giants actually go on to win the Super Bowl over the Chargers. And Brian O'Neill retires. Okay, I was actually not expecting that. So we're going to have to draft another new tackle for the O-line. But first, let's go ahead and check our dev traits. Looks like no dev ups on offense. We still have a crazy amount of dev traits nonetheless. And on defense, Swinton goes up to superstar. That's awesome. And I believe that's our only dev up on defense. But hey, this defense is actually piecing together very nicely. I will take it. We do still have some re-signings here to make at the end of the year. I know we only signed Christian McCaffrey for 1 year. He may have retired, though. No, he is still here. I feel like we bring back Christian McCaffrey. Maybe we let go of Devontae Dunn. Or maybe we let Christian McCaffrey hit free agency just in case there's somebody better in free agency that we could get. Although Christian McCaffrey is going to be cheap. So I think letting him hit free agency is definitely the best move. We'll also let Devontae Dunn go to free agency. Alex Middleton, I definitely like to bring back. We'll give him a 3-year, $32 million deal, which he does take. TJ Hawkinson we need to bring back. He declined this offer last time. He said he wants more of a long-term deal, so we're going to give him 3 years. We're only going to give him $47 million, and he does re-sign. Jermaine Johnson was pretty good for us. We'll give him 1 year, $8.5 million. He re-signs. Our backup quarterback, we're not going to re-sign him. Louis Cine, we'll let him hit free agency in case there's somebody better. I think we're going to let everybody else go. We're going to have to look at free agency, see if we want to bring back somebody. We'll have to re-sign a kicker and punter as well, but I'm not too concerned about that right now. But maybe not re-signing Christian McCaffrey was a smart move. Maybe there will be a better running back for us to pick up in free agency. We're just going to have to take a look. Oh, yeah, I forgot we need a tackle, too. So we need a tackle, a strong safety, and a running back. We'll probably draft tackle. We could also draft safety, honestly. Mahomes in free agency again. Nick Bosa. We don't really have the money for all that. Same with Dexter Lawrence. But Christian McCaffrey is still the best running back in free agency. And we can get him for real cheap. We'll give him a 1 year, $7.8 million deal. And we're his only offer. We could probably give him even less than that. 1 year, 6.2. I think we'll still be his only offer, so he should still sign with us. You know, we're also going to go for Derwin James. We're kind of making the Vikings a retirement home, but these guys aren't going to get many offers, so we could get them both for pretty cheap. So let's go ahead and see if Derwin James and Christian McCaffrey want to sign. They do not, but we're still the only offer for both of them. It looks like Derwin James does sign. Christian McCaffrey, will you finally sign, please? He does not. We'll go ahead and send him to the draft. I don't think he's going to get any other offers, so he should go ahead and sign with us. So let's get to the draft. We have 3 first-round picks, by the way, and looking at the prospects, there was a receiver who literally looks like the best receiver prospect of all time. And I'm kind of scheming something up, which may not be the smartest decision, but I think would help us in the long run. Or I guess there's only 3 more years, but you know what I mean. Look at this fucking receiver. Ashton Freeman, 22 years old out of Miami, 6'4", 218 pounds. Great strength, good speed, elite jumping. A awareness, B ball carrier vision, B break tackle, A carrying, A catching traffic, A catching, A deep route, A medium route, A release, B spin move, A spec catch, A short route, B run block. Like, literally the perfect prospect, and we have 3 first rounders that we could use to get up to number 1. The only thing that sucks is we still need to draft a tackle. And it's just weird because we don't need receiver like whatsoever. But let's say we do trade up for him. He's probably like an 82, 83 overall. We could trade McCullers, get something out of him. Maybe like, damn, what would we even trade him for? A safety? Or no, we got Derwin James. I got to generate the best lineup. We got Derwin James. Maybe picks for next year. Maybe, because if we got picks for next year, then we could trade for a running back when the time comes. That is true. All right, let's see what it would take to get up to number 1 to get that receiver. This is definitely sketchy. Definitely doing the most. It's not really needed, but we're going to see if it's possible. Dude, I don't think we're going to be able to get up to number 1, and it's just making me contemplate if this is even the smartest move, considering we don't even need to do it. But McCullers only has 1 year left on his deal. We're about to have to pay him. We're also going to have to pay Jordan Addison. Well, we just turned McCullers and a 4th and a 5th into the 7th overall pick, so it's official. We're going to find a way to trade up to number 1. I'm going to make it happen. Knowing we're going to have to pay Jordan Addison, I'm not going to pay 2 receivers in the same year. That's just going to literally, like, destroy us money-wise. And if we get this receiver, he'll be on his rookie deal. So it's going to cost us 3 firsts and a 6 to trade up to number 1. But we still have an extra first-round pick at this year's draft regardless. And we kept all our picks for the next year. So I don't think what we did is that stupid. So we can draft that receiver number 1 overall, and we'll still have a first-rounder to potentially draft a tackle at 27. And I genuinely think this receiver is going to be like an 83 overall minimum. So he'll already be close to the overall of the guy we traded. He's probably going to have a better depth trait and progress faster, and we won't be paying him as much money. So Ashton Freeman, welcome to the Vikings. Hidden Dev, 91 speed, 92 excel, 98 jumping, 6'4", 218 pounds. And now if we get a tackle here in the second round, we're literally perfect. Or in the first round still. I'm thinking my favorite guy is Jaden Pierre. He's 21 out of OU. Why do they always have poor strength? He's a really bad run blocker. Pretty decent pass blocker. Chuck Thompson looks good. He's not projected to go till the 3rd or 4th. He has elite strength. Okay, we're going to either trade our second round pick like the mid-3rd round. Yeah, we pick really late in the 3rd. So I don't want to take him now. Or wait, no, we could pick him in the 2nd round. So we could trade this pick. So we're actually able to get a 1st and 2nd next year from the Browns by trading this pick away. And then we'll take that tackle in the 2nd round. There's been a lot of trading this video, but just trust me. Just trust me. I believe it was Lyle Buchanan. No. Was it Chuck Thompson? 22 at a USF. I think it was this guy. I hope it was, because we're taking him. Hidden Dev, 92 strength. That's our new starting tackle. Perfect. And then we still have a pick in the 3rd round. I'm trying to think what position we could draft, based off people we're going to have to pay, people we may lose. We may lose Christian McCaffrey. Maybe we can find a good running back here in the 3rd round. Ooh, Tavon Mitchell actually looks really good. 21 out of Texas Tech, elite strength, great excel, B trucking, B carrying, A ball carrier vision, A to C awareness. I think he's going to be a pretty decent overall, and if he has hidden dev, this is going to be a good pick. We've drafted a decent amount of running backs, but unfortunately he has normal dev. That's okay. We'll go ahead and sim this draft out. We'll let the CPU take over, and we'll see how we did in the draft recap. Take a guess at what overall you think the receiver is going to be. I'm guessing 84. By the way, in my draft classes, I set everything to strong other than quarterback, receiver, and corner. So those are all set to normal, and this receiver still managed to be here. Okay, 81. I guess receiver isn't set to strong like I just said, but Thompson's a 73, Mitchell's a 74. Not a bad draft. Did we get the best player in the class? Oh my god. An 80. This is the highest rookie I've ever seen. An 87 overall running back. Dude, if we would have looked harder with our 2nd pick in the 1st round instead of trading it, we could have drafted this guy to be McCaffrey's replacement. That is insane. That's insane. Oh my god. But yeah, let's hop into year 8. We may stop at the midseason because I think we're going to have some big re-signings to make. We'll check how everybody's doing. So I'll see you guys at the midseason. All right, and we are 6-1 at the midseason. That is perfect. We love to see that. We have $86 million. We have to re-sign Andrew Potts, Jordan Addison, Adam Norwell, Aaron Robertson. Oh, God. All right. I think this is doable, though. We'll start off with Andrew Potts. 4 years, $91 million, and he's happy to re-sign. We'll go with Jordan Addison next. 4 years, $99 million. He re-signs. Adam Norwell doesn't seem very interested. Maybe if we up his money just a little bit, we'll give him 4 years, $67, and he also re-signs. Aaron Robertson will go ahead and re-sign as well. 2 years, $40 million. He's excited to stay with the team. And then we'll hold off on everybody else till the end of the year. I don't think we have too many important names. Anyway, if I had the money to, I would trade one of the first rounders we got for a big name right now to make sure that we're going to make the Super Bowl, but I really don't feel like putting us in cap hell for the last 2 years of the rebuild. So for now, we'll leave the team how it is. While we're here, we may as well check on how everybody's doing, though. JJ McCarthy's going crazy with an 11-2 touchdown interception ratio. McCaffrey's not doing too great, only 3.7 per carry, but 7 touchdowns is pretty good. Who the fuck is Javier Bush? Oh my god, the depth chart's fucked up. That guy's in the slot, probably. Okay. Let's check the defense, and then I'll fix the depth chart. That's actually really annoying. I hate this game. Oh, we're getting a lot of sacks already. 4.5 out of Jermaine Johnson, 3.5 out of Norwell, 3 out of Morant. Perfect. No, our slot receiver is Justin Jefferson. I guess let's just make sure the third one is Ashton Freeman. Oh, I didn't generate the best lineup, so I didn't put... This game is so bad. He's played 100 snaps, and that was probably all Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Our new tackle wasn't playing either. God damn it, dude. Whatever. Well, I'll see you guys at the end of the year. Hopefully our rookie receiver actually gets some stats now. And we again go 13-4 and get the number one seed in the bye. 4th offensive points per game, 7th defense. You'd love to see that. Our rushing offense wasn't very good, so McCaffrey probably wasn't doing too crazy. But JJ McCarthy did really good. 4,600 yards, 34 touchdowns, 6 picks. Christian McCaffrey still got 1,000 yards, 4.1 per carry, 10 touchdowns. Still a good year out of him. Justin Jefferson, 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns. Jordan Addison, 950 yards, 8 touchdowns. TJ Hawkinson, 830 yards, 4 touchdowns. Our rookie finally started getting some stats, 500 yards and a touchdown. Aaron Robertson wasn't very good. I kind of wish I would have seen this before he re-signed him, but the rest of the O-line was insanely good. Chuck Thompson only allowed 3 sacks as a rookie, but he also wasn't playing the whole year. 125 tackles out of Zach Swinson, 15 TFLs out of Jermaine Johnson, 14 out of Nicholas Tyson, 13 out of Terrell Morant. A lot of sacks on the year, 11.5 out of Nicholas Tyson, 10 out of Morant, 9.5 out of Norwell. 2 picks out of Derwin James, 2 out of Andrew Potts, 1 out of Powell, and 1 out of Dax Hill. We probably were up there for MVP, though. Ooh, what the... We're nowhere. It goes to Joe Burrow. We didn't even get a vote with those numbers. That's crazy. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Kenneth Walker. We came in 6th with Justin Jefferson. We also came in 8th with JJ McCarthy. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Micah Parsons. We came in 3rd with Nicholas Tyson. We also came in 10th with Terrell Morant. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to AJ Wallace. We came in 4th with Freeman. If you would have been playing the whole year, you probably would have won it. 10th place goes to Devon Mitchell. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Patrick Hicks for the Buccaneers, and no Vikings. I don't really think we drafted anybody on defense. We got the number 1 seed again. Hopefully we don't lose in the divisional this time. Let's see who we're going to be facing on. The Cardinals, the 9-8 Cardinals with the 17th offense, 18th defensive points per game. We should definitely win this game, but when we were 9-8, we were on a tear in the playoffs, so I guess maybe Madden just likes 9-8 teams. Let's just send them to the championship and see if we beat the Cardinals. And we do. We win by a field goal, 38-35. Taking on the Cowboys in the NFC Championship, only the 17th offensive points per game and the 18th defense. Sharp had 4 tackles and 2 sacks in the divisional, so hopefully you can have a game like that here in the NFC Championship. The Cowboys are really good in simulation, but let's send them to the Super Bowl. I think we have a good chance of beating them. And we are in our 3rd Super Bowl here in year number 8. JJ McCarthy is yet to lose a Super Bowl, so let's see if he can get another one under his belt and pretty much lock himself in as a future Hall of Famer. But Freeman did of course have X Factor, no dev ups on offense. Tyson goes up to X Factor, and I believe that's the only dev up on defense. But we have a lot of dev traits, so I can't be stingy. Let's hop into the Super Bowl. We'll play a drive again, and we'll see what happens. Taking on the Chargers here. They have the 16th offensive points per game, the 13th defense. We've really stacked up against these teams pretty well. All the teams' offense and defense just don't even compare to how ours were throughout the year. So I think we have a good chance of winning this game. And we are going to be starting off, or actually no, we got to stop on defense. Oh, they scored a touchdown. I have brain damage. But yeah, let's throw the ball. Let's be men. Hey, it looks like they're going to leave Justin Jefferson one-on-one. They just haven't learned, have they? Oh, he's actually not open at all. But I think that's a laser. Ooh, actually, that's some good defense. Let's see. I think McCaffrey may be able to get open on this wheel. I think if we send Jefferson deep, too, it'll kind of clear that area out. If not, we'll just hit Addison or Hawkinson underneath. We're actually just going to hit Jordan Addison. Hey, way to hold on to that shit. And Derwin James is facing on his former team. I didn't even realize that. We'll probably run the ball here on 3rd and 2, try to pick up this first down. Ooh, this kind of looks scary. Let's just try it. I have faith in McCaffrey. Yep, that's right. 36-year-old McCaffrey still has the most grit in the NFL. That's fucking right, baby. We got so much grit on this team, except in our receivers. Our receivers have no grit. All right, I'm looking for Addison on this wheel, honestly. Oh, that might be a pick. Okay, I'm throwing some sketchy balls here. Let me chill out. I'll hit a little slip screen to McCaffrey. It seems like we can really only get yards by being a bitch. This kind of looks like Samuel Blitz, which would be the perfect play against this screen. Let's go. It is Samuel Blitz. So McCaffrey should have some room to run here. What a pancake by 61. Oh, my God. All right, I'm trying to throw some manly balls, but it's getting tough out here. We'll put McCaffrey on a Texas. We'll put Freeman on a slant. Okay, are you brain dead, Freeman? Run a slant. There we go. And Hawkinson will send on a streak. Let's just see. Let's make a read here, see if we can find somebody. Oh, look at our rookie receiver. Oh, yeah. Get in there. Run him over. Oh, he was about to run him over, but they gangbanged him. We are on the 5-yard line. This is pretty much going to be a touchdown if we can punch this in here. We'll give it to McCaffrey on this first down. See how many yards he can get. Let's get this touchdown, McCaffrey. Get in there. Let's go. The Vikings are on the board with a touchdown. And it looks like the Chargers go down pretty easily and get a touchdown. I didn't mean to do that. Hang on. There we go. We have the ball, and we also are getting down the field. We get a field goal, though. But we get a stop on defense. We're down by 4, and we get down the field, but do get stopped, unfortunately. But we get a stop on defense. We get stopped on offense, and the Chargers go down and score to go by 11 entering the half. We get the ball. We get down the field, and we do not score again, but we get a stop on defense, and we do finally score a touchdown. We're down by 5 now, If we can get a touchdown, we can take a lead, which we do. We are up by 3 in the fourth quarter, but the Chargers tied up with a field goal of their own. We get stopped on defense, and the Chargers do not score. It is in overtime of the Super Bowl, and we get a touchdown. If we can get a stop on defense, we will be Super Bowl champions, which we do. JJ McCarthy is a 3-time Super Bowl champion and has pretty much locked himself into the Hall of Fame once he is done with his career. The question is, did he win another Super Bowl MVP? We just got to get JJ McCarthy an MVP, and he could be in contention for best quarterback of all time. Definitely one of the best playoff quarterbacks of all time. We'll say that much. He won the Natty at Michigan, then came to the NFL and just won 3 Super Bowls in 8 years. And JJ McCarthy is a 3-time Super Bowl MVP. That is insane. Did Christian McCaffrey finally call it quits, though? He sure does. Did we lose anybody else? No, we did lose Christian McCaffrey, though. Hopefully there will be a running back for us in free agency. Maybe we can draft one. Who knows? Maybe we'll find an 87 overall running back in the second round like the Steelers did, right? But we may lose some players here in the offseason, but we have a lot of draft capital to replace them. We got an extra first and second from the Browns last year. We only have $4 million, so let's go ahead and take a look on who we're going to be losing. We're going to lose Randall Hodges. No, we're not. That's a 5th year. We'll go ahead and pick it up. It's pretty expensive, but we don't have much money right now. I don't want to get us in a scary situation. We're going to lose Dontrell Meredith. He's a backup. Terrell Morant actually had a pretty good year. We're unfortunately going to lose him. We're going to lose Powell, who's also pretty good for us. But honestly, not too many big losses. We'll lose Jermaine. Actually, we might be able to afford Jermaine Johnson. Nah, I don't think he's going to accept this. 1 year, 4.4. Yeah, he does not take it. And I'm not going to be tagging anybody. I don't want to put us in the negative for these final 2 years. So sometimes some money will magically free up when you send to free agency. We'll see if that happens here. We have $9 million. I don't think that's going to be good enough to get anybody, but we'll see if there's any crazy names. Maybe we could restructure some deals. All just quarterbacks. We don't need quarterback. We don't need a Marshawn Lattimore. I mean, George Karlaftis we could use, but I don't feel like restructuring just for George Karlaftis. Actually, maybe I do. Or Greg Rousseau. Greg Rousseau did have 15 sacks in 2030. Yeah, let me free up some money. We should only have to restructure like a contract or 2, and we should be able to get Greg Rousseau. So we'll try to do that. Yeah, restructuring Justin Jefferson deals. Justin Jefferson's deal frees up $11 million. So just with that alone, we should be able to get Greg Rousseau, and that'd be a big addition to this D-line. We could sign Jonathan Brooks to be safe, except we can't afford it. Oh, yeah, we can. Should we do it to be safe? We're his only offer, so we may as well go team-friendly and give him a low-ball deal just to make sure we hold on to some money. But we are going to go for Jonathan Brooks. Jonathan Brooks. We're going to sign Greg Rousseau as well. So let's go ahead and send these through. Greg Rousseau does sign with us. Jonathan Brooks is holding out. He hasn't signed yet, but I think he will. If not, we have other superstar running backs that we've been holding on to for a while. But let's go ahead and get to the draft. We'll see what positions we want to draft, and we'll get into the second to last year of the video. Oh, we actually lost both of our superstar running backs, so I'm glad we signed Brooks. I'd like to draft a running back who could potentially be better than him, but our offense is literally insane. And then on defense, we add Greg Rousseau. We do still kind of need another D lineman, which should be easy to address in the draft. With all the picks we have, we also need a middle linebacker. So let's hop into the draft. I do want to take a look at the running backs real quick. I did focus scout running back, so maybe there's some crazy one like the one that the Steelers got. I highly doubt it because that's actually the craziest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, round 3 to 4 talent, day 3 talent, round 2 to 3 talent though. Yeah, I mean, nobody crazy. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be drafting running back. We're going to have to stick it out with our 84 overall, I guess. It sucks to lose McCaffrey. I think he was a big reason we were as good as we were, but I think we'll be all right. Our offense should be able to make it through it. So we need to draft a D lineman. We need to draft a linebacker. I'll still probably end up taking a chance on a running back just so we have some depth there. And I actually like Evan Wilkins. We could play him in our 3-4 D line. Only 21 years old, 305 pounds, great strength, good speed, good excel. B power moves, B block shedding, A play rec. Only C finesse moves, but he's a power rusher, or he's actually a run stopper, and he still has B power moves. So I think this guy's going to be good for us. We've drafted a lot of D linemen, and a lot of them have normal dev. So Evan Wilkins, please have hidden dev. Thank you. With 91 strength, he's probably going to start on our D line. So let's try to find a linebacker here with the 32nd overall pick. There are some pretty decent looking linebackers, but they're just not projected to go as of right now. This guy's great speed, great excel with A zone coverage. We're going to take him in the second round. He's around 3 to 4 projection, but I think he's better than that. Should we trade this pick as well? Last time I did that, I regretted it. Because this guy's not fully scouted, but he doesn't look that good. 23 out of Texas. Great speed, elite jumping. Ooh, he has a lot of A to Bs. B break, tackle, B spin move. I just don't feel like trading our pick and missing out on somebody good again, but I think we are going to be trading this pick away. You know, just keep making our future easier. It's nice having multiple first-round picks every year. Let's see what offers we can get for this first-rounder. And the Raiders are offering us their first and third-round pick for next year's draft. I will definitely take that for the last pick in the first round. And then in the second round, we can draft that linebacker, and I think he'll be pretty good. And then we'll try to find a running back with our next pick in the second round. Just none of them looked good enough to take there in the first round. Was it Taylor Winters that I liked? 23 out of Florida State. No, it wasn't him. Did the guy want to get taken? I swear there was somebody with great speed, great excel that I was looking at. Oh, wait. Was it Taylor Winters? Yeah, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I literally was like one of the first guys I clicked on. Welcome to the Vikings. Only normal dev, but I think he's going to be a starter anyway, so I don't hate that pick too much. Who knows? Maybe we can find some hidden gem at running back here. And then with the next pick, I may take a safety because if they're better than that linebacker, we could play them at some sub linebacker. Day 3 talent. There is a round 2 to 3 talent running back. Reed Woodyard, 21 out of Connecticut. Elite strength, elite jumping, great excel. A lot of A's, a lot of B's. I actually think this guy's going to be pretty good. So welcome to the Vikings. And another normal dev. That's unfortunate, but it's always good to have a lot of running backs. You know, they get rotated pretty often. So let's see if we can find a safety here in the 3rd round to play some sub linebacker. I don't know why I keep messing up saying that. There actually is a pretty good run support safety here. Only 21 years old out of Georgia. Elite strength. B pursuit, B play rec, B awareness. I think he'll be a pretty good overall, so we're going to go ahead and pick him up. He has hidden dev, 86 speed, 88 excel. Maybe we could even just move him to middle linebacker. We'll have to find out, but the CPU can have the 4th round pick. We'll let them take over from here. We'll get to the draft recap. Evan Wilkins is a 77 overall. That's a big pick out of us. Winters is a 72. I think he's still going to be good enough to start. Woodyard is a 74 overall, and Edens ended up being a 71. The CPU took a 73 overall left guard. We also got a 75 overall tight end in the 6th round. He's a blocking tight end, so this guy definitely has hidden. The highest overall player in the class was an 82 middle linebacker. He went 9th overall. 81 overall corner. There's a 79 overall tight end. Dude, I really just want to draft somebody like the Steelers did, like an 87 overall rookie running back. Like, that is insane. Like, now that I saw that, like, it's all I want. But here's a quick look at the roster going into the second to last year. The CPU picked guard ended up having hidden dev. That's huge. More depth for the O-line. We still have insane receivers for J.J. McCarthy to throw to. We added a bit to the defense. Winter's going to start at linebackers this year. We got Edens, who's actually a high enough overall to start for us at strong safety. We'll probably have Mabin playing some slub linebacker. But yeah, the team's looking pretty good. I'll see you guys at the end of year 9. Let's see if we can go back-to-back. Quick little stop at the midseason to show you guys we are going to be losing Zach Swinton, Oscar Poole, Mabin, most likely just because we only have 10K. We're also going to lose Daxon Hill. So the last year is going to be a little wishy-washy, unfortunately, but we have draft picks again. But I also wanted to stop here to show you guys that we are 7-0 at the midseason. Just wanted to let you guys know. But let's get to the end of the year. And we go 14-3. We have gotten the number 1 seed 3 years in a row. J.J. McCarthy led the NFL in passing yards. 4,300 yards, 37 touchdowns, 8 picks, 74 completion percentage. Brooks was actually pretty good, 965 yards, 3.7 per carry, 6 touchdowns. Jordan Addison, 1,300 yards, 16 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson, 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns. Ashton Freeman was good. T.J. Hawkinson was good. O-line was actually pretty good. Zach Berger was pretty bad, but I would say everybody else held their own. Marcus Peete could have been better, though. 118 tackles out of Zach Swinton, 13 TFLs out of Greg Rousseau, 9 out of Norwell, 9 out of Nicholas Tyson. A lot of sacks on the year. 16.5 out of Norwell, 15 out of Greg Rousseau, 11 out of Tyson, 7 out of Scharf, 2 picks out of Potts, 1 out of Dax Hill, and 1 out of Randall Hodges. MVP goes to Drake May, who was on the Jets. We came in 4th with J.J. McCarthy. And we finally won Coach of the Year. Every time we got the 1 seed, I've checked, and we were 2nd every time. We got Coach of the Year with Kevin McConnell. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Jalen Hurts. 3rd goes to Jordan Addison. We also came in 8th with Justin Jefferson. 10th with J.J. McCarthy. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Laitu Latu for the Bears. We came in 3rd with Adam Norwell. We came in 6th with Greg Rousseau. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Carlos Grubbs for the Eagles. We came in 6th with Brennan Russell. I'm not sure who this is. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Gary Morey for the Eagles. We came in 7th with Junior Edens. We had 3 1 seeds in a row. Let's go ahead and see who we're going to be taking on in the divisional. Hopefully we can go back-to-back here. We're taking on the Bucks, who actually know is one of the only teams we lost to in the regular season. They beat us by 1 point. But we have a 4 overall advantage on them. They had one of the worst offenses and defenses in the league. Okay, if we somehow lose this game, I'll be pretty disappointed. And we do win by a touchdown. We're taking on the Rams in the NFC Championship. They were only 9-8. They had a pretty bad offense and defense as well. What is going on? Let's just sim to the Super Bowl. We should win this game as well. And we are in the Super Bowl against the Browns. They had a pretty mid offense and a pretty bad defense. Let's check our dev traits real quick and we'll hop into the Super Bowl. Doesn't look like we got any dev ups on offense, but again, we have so many dev traits, it's hard to get dev ups. And then on defense, I think everybody is the same as well. Wilkins didn't even end up getting any play time, which is unfortunate. I forgot to move him in the depth chart, but we're in the Super Bowl, so it really can't matter too much. I've already impacted all the Super Bowls a lot, so we're actually just going to go ahead and sim past the Super Bowl, and we're going to see if we can beat the Cleveland Browns without my help. And the Minnesota Vikings are 4-time Super Bowl champions. J.J. McCarthy is a 4-time Super Bowl MVP, and we still have another year to go. So we were able to complete the back-to-back Super Bowl. However, we are unfortunately going to be losing some players because we have negative $6 million. We're going to be losing Zach Swinton. We're going to be losing Oscar Poole. We're going to be losing Marcus Peak. Actually, we're going to keep him. That's a 5th year. We're going to lose Jelani Mabin. We're going to lose Zach Berger. We're going to lose Dax Hill. We're going to lose Jonathan Brooks. Dude, we're actually going to lose some pretty big names. It's going to be unfortunate. I'm hoping we'll at least have a little bit of money once we send to free agency so we can maybe bring back 1 or 2 players. Sometimes it manages to happen. But also, this is the final year, so we can restructure as many deals as we want and don't have to pay the consequences. So now that I remember that, let me go ahead and do that. I should have done that to begin with now that I think about it. Okay, we actually had like very little contracts that we could restructure. We only have $20 million in free agency. Let's go in and look over the roster one last time, figure out who we need to add to the team. We need a new center. We need a new running back. We need 2 new middle linebackers again, although Winters was pretty good at a starter last year. We need a new safety. We need 2 new D linemen. Actually, no, we still have Wilkins, so we just need 1 new D lineman, a linebacker, a safety, a running back, and a center. So we'll try to replace what we can in free agency, and then we'll try to address the rest in the draft. Floyd Norris, Kenneth Walker. He's still worth $12 million a year at 32 years old. That's crazy. We could give Pacheco. He's only worth $6 million a year, and even though he's only an 85 overall, just based off how good he is in this game, I think he's going to be pretty good regardless. Although there is no teams interested in Kenneth Walker. We could probably get him for pretty cheap. Maybe it's possible. I'm sure some other teams will end up offering him. We'll have to give him more money. So we're going to try to sign Kenneth Walker. Oh, shit. So we're going to try to sign Kenneth Walker. We're going to try to bring back Greg Rousseau. I'm hoping Kenneth Walker won't get some other offers while we're trying to get him. They got a lot more offers. We're going to offer him literally every possible dollar we can. And that gets us tied for his top offer. We did get Greg Rousseau. Please sign with us, Kenneth Walker. I'm begging you. Let's fucking go. Okay, that's actually so insanely helpful for this last year. And we can address every other position in the draft. We're going to need a center. We're going to need a linebacker, and we're going to need a safety. And I think we have an extra first rounder, if I'm not mistaken. I should have looked at the running backs in the draft before I got Kenneth Walker, now that I think about it. I may have just fucked up, because I think there was actually a good running back. Okay, he's only a round 1 talent. I think Kenneth Walker is going to be better than this guy ends up to be. We will check what overall this guy is, because I honestly probably should have just drafted him. But now we can draft the rest of the positions instead. Those positions obviously being center, middle linebacker, and safety. So let's see what we can do here. Maybe we don't have 2 first-round picks. Oh, no, we won the Super Bowl. We just have a late pick. I forgot that we have the 32nd overall pick. Perfect. In the first round, I think we're going to be taking Matt Wilds out of Florida. He's 22 years old. Great speed, great change of direction, good agility. B-man, B play rec, A to B stamina, B tackle, B hit power, A to B awareness. Hopefully he'll have a dev trait. Let's go ahead and take a chance on him. Damn, no dev trait, but honestly, I guess his development isn't going to matter too much because this is going to be the final year. Really just banging on his overall. The A to B awareness shows me that he's probably going to be a pretty decent overall. Okay, if I didn't care about how this team was going to do, I'd totally take Matt Hardy because that's a sick name. But I think we're going to go with Don Brayton instead. He's only 21 out of Clemson, has great strength. A, run block power, B, pass block, A to C pass block finesse, B, pass block power. His finesses, or his run block finesse could be as bad as a D, but everything else looks like he's pretty decent at, like, literally everything. So we'll go with Don Brayton. And I was literally just about to say I think he's going to have a depth trait, but he doesn't. So we're actually 0 for 2 on depth traits as of right now. Phil Bradfield is 23 out of A&M, but he has elite speed, elite jumping, good excel, B-man and zone, B pursuit, B block shedding. He actually looks pretty good at everything. Probably will also have normal dev, but I think this is a good pick nonetheless. And I actually called that one. I thought the other two would have hidden, but they didn't. So now we're going to use the third round to try to see out of safety, middle linebacker, and center, which one I think will most likely have a dev trait. And we have 2 picks in the third round to do so. Should we just take Matt Hardy because his name's so sick? He doesn't look very good. C to F run block finesse, C run block power, C to F run block. Yikes. Damn, Justin Morris is also 23, but elite excel, elite speed, elite jumping, A man coverage, A to C zone, B tackle, B catching. We can move him to middle linebacker, assuming he has a dev trait, but he is 23. Let's see. Okay, he has an in dev, so that's probably going to be our middle linebacker for this year. I really want to hit in dev safety, though. I'm hoping we can find one. Ooh, this guy's still here. DeAndre Baker's 22 out of Florida State. Great strength. A hit power, A injury, B tackle, A to C awareness. I don't know. I'm just banking on the fact he's going to have a dev trait. Let's see. Hey, let's fucking go. I'm so good. See if you can have the rest of the picks. We'll get into the draft recap, and then we will hop into the final year of the rebuild. All right, so now I'm in a weird position because the safety and middle linebacker we took are like infinite times better than the other players we took that had hidden. So I think we're just going to leave them as the starters just so I don't screw us over. The best player in the class was an 80 overall tight end. There was an 80 overall corner, and then those are the only 80 overalls. This is actually a pretty weak draft class. So here's a look at the roster going into the final year of the rebuild. Actually, I do need to address one more thing on the D-line before we do this. Actually, no, all we got to do is that. JJ McCarthy is a 96 overall X Factor. He still is throwing to 3 X Factor receivers. Jordan Addison's a 98. Justin Jefferson is, of course, a 99. And Freeman is an 89, and he's going to be higher at the end of the year with his X Factor. Still have TJ Hawkinson sitting at 85. Even with the loss of our center, the O-line still looks good and is still young. We added Kenneth Walker to the running back group. Got a pretty nice D-line. We got still have our 2 X-Factor edge rushers. Secondary took a big hit. The safeties aren't looking too crazy, but corners are probably as good as they could be. Potts, we traded up for him a few years back, and he's up to a 99 overall X-Factor, so that was definitely one of the best decisions we could have made. Let's get to the end of the year, number 10. Let's see if we can make the playoffs again. Maybe go for a three-peat. JJ McCarthy is a 4-time Super Bowl MVP. Maybe we can get him an actual MVP this time. Let's find out. And even with a slightly underwhelming team for the final year, we again get the number 1 seed and go 14-3. I believe that is 3 years in a row that we have gotten the first round bye. JJ McCarthy led the league in passing yards and touchdowns, I believe. 4,600 yards, 43 touchdowns, 6 picks. I'm hoping he can finally win his MVP with a 75 completion percentage as well. Kenneth Walker was really good. 1,400 yards, 5.2 per carry, 15 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson, 1,600 yards, 17 touchdowns. 1,000 out of Jordan Addison, 11 touchdowns. Freeman, 890 yards, 9 touchdowns. TJ Hawkinson, 650 yards, 2 touchdowns. O-line held up, honestly, not that good, but again, like, it could always be worse. Brayton was actually really bad at center. Taylor Winters with 101 tackles lead the team. 18 TFLs out of Greg Rousseau, 18 out of Tyson, 10 out of Norwell. 12.5 sacks out of Greg Rousseau, 11.5 out of Tyson, 6.5 out of Norwell. 2 picks out of Winters, 2 out of Potts, 2 out of Black, 2 out of Hodges, 2 out of Wilds, 1 out of Norwell, and 1 out of Green. Please tell me JJ McCarthy won an MVP. Oh my god, dude, holy shit. He won an MVP in the last year. Oh my god. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Justin Jefferson. That's actually the first one he's won this video. 4th place to JJ McCarthy. 6th to Kenneth Walker. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Laitu Latu. We came in 3rd with Greg Rousseau. We also came in 8th with Nicholas Tyson. We, of course, did not win Offensive Rookie of the Year. We had no offensive rookies. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Brandon Binns for the Packers. We came in 2nd with Matt Wilds. 3rd with Phil Bradfield. Dude, I'm so happy JJ McCarthy won an MVP. We could not win the Super Bowl this year, and, like, this rebuild's still such a success. 4-time Super Bowl MVP, 1-time MVP. Pretty much already guaranteed first ballot Hall of Famer, especially if he could win one here. I'm pretty sure our record in the playoffs, not including this year, is 14-1, by the way. But we're taking on the Commanders in the divisional. They had the 8th offensive points per game, the 11th defense. We had the best offense in the league, the 6th best defense. Let's send past the divisional. Let's see if we can beat the Commanders. They only went 9-8, had an 88 overall team. And we win. We squeak out a win by a field goal. JJ McCarthy's still going insane. 23-31, 316 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns. He also had a touchdown on the ground. We're taking on the Cardinals in the NFC Championship. That's definitely an interesting one. They went 11-6 on the year. They have an 87 overall team, 13th offensive points per game, the 7th defense. Definitely a winnable game. Let's go ahead and send to the Super Bowl. Let's see if we can make another one. This would be our 3rd Super Bowl in 3 years, by the way. And we did win. I don't know if I did this for the last Super Bowl, but I didn't cheat for any of the rest of them, so I don't know why I would cheat for the last one. But none of these were forced wins. We still have the Super Bowl to go. We're going to be facing on the Jaguars. They went 16-1, have an 88 overall team. They have the 4th best offense and the 1st defense in points per game. Jesus Christ. 16-1 is insane. No dev-ups on offense. And I believe Winters was normal, and he goes up to star. I think Wilds was normal. He goes up to star. So some nice dev-ups on defense. It's not like it matters too much because this is the final year. But can we get JJ McCarthy 3 Super Bowls in a row? That is the question. We're going to hop in and play a drive just because it's the final year. And we're going to try to get another Super Bowl for my boy JJ McCarthy. Already a 4-time Super Bowl champion. If we win 5 Super Bowls in 5 years, that would be like genuinely insane. Not in 5 years, in 10 years. But this was a dynasty to say the least. But the Jaguars do go down and score on their first drive on offense, but we're going to go down and match it. JJ McCarthy won the MVP this year. Can he get the Super Bowl MVP as well? Oh no, I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the fucking wrong button. I went to press A and fat figured it and pressed B, and I almost threw a pick because of it. That would have been really bad. Kenneth Walker was a great addition, dude. He's so busted in simulation. Who is that on Justin Jefferson over there? Tyson Campbell has an X Factor. You think I give a fuck? You think I give a fuck about you, Tyson Campbell? Get mossed. Oh my god, yeah, I'm out of there. The Offensive Player of the Year, by the way. Hit the fucking gritty. Just do it. Right foot creep, ooh, walking with that heater. So we do score a touchdown. The rest is going to be up to the CPU. We get a stop on defense. They stop us. Looks like they're driving down the field, but we do eventually stop them on defense. They get a stop. We get another stop. Heavily defensive game. It looks like they got a safety and then scored a touchdown. It's 7-16 right now. And they are holding us down on defense. We are not able to move the ball. And they took a lot of time off the clock. They go up by 12 there. But we do get down the field finally and get a touchdown. We cut the lead to 5. But it is looking like we're going to lose here. We do get a really fast touchdown. But the Jaguars are able to burn out the clock and cancel out the three-peat that J.J. McCarthy thought he was going to have. But J.J. McCarthy still had a crazy game, it looks like. He only threw 13 passes, but 10 of 13, 230 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kenneth Walker was honestly dog shit. I'm thinking that was a problem. Justin Jefferson went crazy. We obviously threw that go ball up for him for a touchdown. O-line honestly wasn't terrible. Or no, actually it was pretty bad. We got sacked 4 times. And we also had 4 sacks on the game. No turnovers, it looks like. Honestly, everybody played pretty good. J.J. McCarthy played good. We just weren't able to score an offense. I guess he didn't play that good, but I think we were trying to run the ball more than we should have. Kenneth Walker was playing like shit. J.J. McCarthy only had 13 pass attempts, which I don't really understand. If he would have had more pass attempts, he would have been a 5-time Super Bowl champion, 5-time Super Bowl MVP, but can I really complain with how this video went? But my boy J.J. McCarthy, in his 10 years as a Viking, finished with 43,528 passing yards, 351 touchdowns, and 97 interceptions. 43,000 passing yards, 351 touchdowns, 97 picks. Through 10 years, he is a 4-time Super Bowl champion, 4-time Super Bowl MVP, 1-time MVP, and he is only 29 years old. If he played to be Brady's age, he'd have 16 more years. Obviously, nobody's ever going to play till Brady's age, but he would have 16 more years. In 10 years, he got 4 Bulls. That's like, what, at least another 5 on top of that. So J.J. McCarthy, according to Madden, is going to become one of the best quarterbacks ever, and the Vikings are going to have a dynasty in the making, assuming they trade up to draft him. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is definitely Madden, not real life. Justin Jefferson is 3rd in all-time receiving yards and 4th in all-time receiving touchdowns. But I think we built ourselves a pretty good team here. We had a dynasty throughout these 5 years, or throughout these 10 years. It would have been nice to get that 3P, but I will take 4 Super Bowls in 10 years. There are plenty of teams that haven't even won a Super Bowl, the Vikings being one of them. We're actually 0-4 in the Super Bowl in real life. So I'm glad to see us win 4, get our vengeance. This is the look at the final roster. This receiving core we had was insane. If we would have played another year or two, we would have had 399 overall receivers. TJ Hawkinson was regressing, but he was great throughout the video. We had a great O-line pretty much every year of the video. It definitely took a little bit of time to get this team starting to rebuild. We went through a lot of running backs. We were tossing them around like the coach's daughter. We built us a great defense. We replaced our middle linebackers a few times. We went through like hundreds of D linemen. We kept drafting them. I didn't even realize Greg Rousseau went up to superstar. We traded up for Potts a few years back. He ends up at a 99 overall X Factor. Hodges was great. Green was great. Norwell wasn't looking like he was going to pan out. He was great. Tyson, same with him. They both finished as 97 overall X Factors. This is one of the most fun videos I've ever recorded. If you made it this far, like, you are the fucking GOAT, and I love you so much because I can only imagine how long this video is going to be. My guess is going to be like an hour 45, 2 hours, maybe even more than that. But with that being said, if you did make it this far, you clearly enjoyed the video. So make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more 10-year rebuilds. And let me know what team you'd like to see next for a 10-year rebuild. Maybe we do the Patriots with Jaden Daniels. Maybe we do the Commanders with Drake May. I'm down to do either of those. The 10-year rebuilds are fun. They take a while to put together. So you guys may be seeing this a while after I record it. But again, if you made it this far, I love you so much. That's all for this one. Deuces.